Good evening, everyone. Hello. Hello. We're here, we're back, we're ready to dive into the proper finale of Dragon Age Inquisition. We had the finale to the main campaign a few weeks back, but then we dived into the Trespasser DLC. So, yeah. So, then that's the real finale. The real end of Dragon Age Inquisition is the Trespasser DLC. So that is what we have been doing. I feel fairly confident that we will get through the end of it tonight. Yeah, because we just have like one. I say we just have one location. It's a little more complicated than that, but like we're in the final push, for sure. So there's sort of like sections of the game. And I recall this being, you know what? I shouldn't say anything. I don't remember much about the length. I feel like I recall there being multiple stages to this part of the DLC, even though it's one like section. So yeah, so in my head it is the longest of them, but that could be wrong. It's been a very long time since I played it. So yeah, I did write down a recap this time, kind of, because last time I was recapping stuff and I was like, it took me so much longer, despite the fact that I was being less detailed. It took me so much longer last time recapping than the videos that I played. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to play the like 2-minute finale stream recap, aka the recap of the main campaign finale. If you've been like more or less following along, you know that the like main conflict of the game was that there was a breach to the Fade, which is just recap the recap. I mean, that is kind of what I tried to do last time. I was like, I'll just recap. I'll leave out all the extra stuff about the hi Chromavision also. I'll leave out all the extra stuff about like you don't necessarily need to know the whole history of everything. I'll do the short version, but then it just took me so long to like think of it and go through it. I don't know. These pre-written recaps, they're like more concise and I can get more information out. So despite the fact that that's like a 15-minute recap when you include the 2-minute finale recap, it was still shorter than, it was like 20-25 minutes of me just rambling. But like, I guess, yeah, like what I will do is recap the original recap, just play the 2-minute main campaign finale recap, and then do the Trespasser recap. So we're going to have 3 stages of recapping. I didn't write anything for the first stage, so I'm going to kind of assume that you've been vaguely enough following along to remember that there was like, there was this guy, Corypheus, one of the original Darkspawn, really powerful original Magister, who way back in the day broke into what the Chantry, aka Fantasy Catholics, believed to be heaven, the Black City. And they believe that that's what caused the blights and cursed the world. Certainly it's what made him into a darkspawn, but he claims that there was nobody there, that the throne of the Maker was empty. And so having been in like, I don't know, Corypheus only like just woke up. And so realizing where he is in the world and being a darkspawn and all that shit was like, hey, I remember that the Black City was empty, that the throne of the Maker was empty. I want that throne. I want to be a god. So to that end, he got a ancient elven artifact that through a ritual wherein he sacrificed the fantasy pope, aka the divine, he used that to create a breach to the Fade. The Fade is where the Black City is. It's where dreams live. It's the land of spirits, demons, magic, all that fun stuff. So he created a breach to the Fade, with the idea being that the elven artifact would give him an anchor a little rift in his hand that would allow him to pass safely into the Fade physically. But we interrupted the ritual, and we got the anchor by accident instead. So instead of using it to go into the Fade, we'd been using it to close up little rifts that were popping up around the breach, and also stabilize the breach, and then eventually close the breach, which pissed Corypheus off. There was a back and forth of us battling with Corypheus for a while, trying to outsmart each other's forces, that ended with Corypheus throwing a hissy fit and reopening the breach and making it grow and bad. And hello, Rosale Play, thank you for the lurk and work. That allowed us, he reopened the breach. We went over, we found out, because Corypheus can respawn, we found out how that we could get, some of this will be, some of this will be in the recap, so I shan't go too far into it, but we discovered that Corypheus can be killed if we kill, he had a blighted dragon with him, and if we kill the blighted dragon, then that temporarily turns off Corypheus's respawn ability. So if we kill him in that window, kill his dragon, kill him shortly after, then we got him. What else do you need to know for the 2-minute recap? Morgan, one of our friends from our the original game, where we were a different character, one of our friends from that game has returned as our arcane advisor and our elven artifact expert, though much to Solas's chagrin, since Solas seems to know more about it. Morgan is back. You'll recall that back in the first game, she did a ritual in order to get the archdemon, who is the leader of the Blight. They're big ancient dragons. They're supposedly Tevinter old gods that have been corrupted by the Blight. She did a ritual that when we killed the archdemon in the first game, the old god's soul within it went into her, and she had a baby with the soul of an old god. We've met him now, because this is 10 years later. His name is Kieran. Seems like a relatively normal kid. You'll also recall that Morgan's adoptive mother, Flemeth, was an ancient immortal witch of the wilds. We learned that how she manages to be immortal is that she steals the bodies of her daughters. So Morgan went on the run from her for that reason. Okay, you know what? Let's just watch the 2-minute thing, and I should have watched it ahead of time so I remembered what was in just the finale recap. I think what I'm thinking of recapping, I think we had before the finale recap, but I'll do this little 2-minute recap, and then I will fill in the gaps there, and then we will dive into the Trespasser recap. Okay, so where is that? Here we go. Yeah.
Previously on Dragon Age Inquisition. With new direction to defeat Corypheus, we went to check in with Morgan, only to find her frantically searching for her son, Kieran, who had somehow connected the Eluvian directly to the Fade. Together, we managed to locate not only him, but the one who had called to him, Morgan's mother, Flemeth. Her interest in her grandson stemmed from the fact that he contained the soul of an old god. After a tense argument in which Morgan refused to hand Kieran over to Flemeth and confronted her about how she maintains her immortality, Flemeth took control of Galadriel too to restrain Morgan. It turned out Flemeth was one with the spirit of Mythal, and that by drinking from the Well of Sorrows, Galadriel too was now bound to her. With this revelation, Flemeth/Mythal took the old god's soul from Kieran and then allowed him to return to Morgan, telling her that her daughters have to be willing to give up their bodies for Flemeth's immortality, and that Flemeth posed no danger to her. As for Galadriel too, Flemeth revealed that drinking from the well did at least give her a boon, and so Galadriel too traveled to a shrine of Mythal where she found and tamed a dragon she could summon to help her with Corypheus. Meanwhile, Solas took Galadriel too out on a romantic excursion where he planned to reveal a secret. That secret ended up being that he had learned the truth behind Dalish face tattoos, the Valsleen. They were not, as modern Dalish believed, honoring the elven non-elven gods, but were slave markings. Upon learning this, Galadriel too chose to let Solas magically remove the Valentine in what became a tender moment, only for Solas to suddenly take a 180 and break up with Galadriel. Despite both Galadriel too and Cole's prying, he wouldn't explain why, only that we should focus on defeating Corypheus. To that end, we met with our advisors to make a plan, only to be interrupted by the breach tearing open once more. With our army still near the Temple of Mythal, Galadriel too was forced to face Corypheus with only a few allies, but face him she did. Mythal's dragon helped her defeat Corypheus's blighted dragon, a battle that killed both but left Corypheus open to permadeath. After a short but epic fight, we killed Corypheus, obtained the ancient elven artifact he'd used in the original ritual, and, with it and the anchor, closed the breach for good, though the artifact was destroyed in the process. With Corypheus defeated and the breach closed forever, the Inquisition celebrated, and Galadriel too's various companions discussed what their next steps might be. Cassandra confirmed that she had officially been named Divine, but Solas disappeared after the battle with Corypheus, and not even Laeliana's spies could track him down. And that's where we left off. Just kidding, there was a post-credits scene! Solas met up with Flemeth, aka Mythal, and through their familiarity we learned that Solas is the freaking Dread Wolf, and that the ancient elven orb was his, and that he was the one who gave it to Corypheus because he was too weak after a long magical slumber to use it himself, though he does admit that this was a mistake. And he absorbed Mythal, and maybe the Tevinter Old God soul, and seemingly killed Flemeth, and what did he want to do with the orb anyway? There's only one way for us to find out.
Yeah, okay, so that was more I was like, no, that was more or less covered what I thought it was going to. Yeah. So Solas left us, and but we defeated Corypheus, and that was great. But yeah, it is very much worth noting that after credit scene we as the player saw, but our character did not see. So our character does not know that Solas is the Dread Wolf, aka Fen'Harel, aka the elven god, like trickster god, though Solas says that he doesn't think the Evaneris, aka elven gods, were actual gods. He just thinks they were powerful mages or some shit. And given what we know now, I guess he would know. But yeah, we as the player know, but we as the character do not know that Solas is the Dread Wolf. And we also don't know that Solas gave Corypheus the elven artifact that he used to create the breach. So that's all stuff that we as the player know, but we as the character do not know. All we know is that Solas just kind of disappeared on us after breaking my heart, breaking up with me, and leaving. And everybody has asked about him and in this DLC, and I'm like, sad. Anyway, okay, so recap of Trespassers so far. It's been 2 years since we closed the breach and defeated Corypheus, as I promised a time jump. And the Kingdom of Ferelden and the Empire of Orlais are wondering what the Inquisition's purpose is now. Cassandra, now Divine Victoria, called an Exalted Council to answer that very question, and all our friends are back together to support us. While Josephine, Laeliana, and Cullen have remained with the Inquisition as our advisors, and the Iron Bull and his chargers, as well as Cole, have continued to carry out missions for us, everyone else spent the last 2 years doing their own thing. Sera continues to run the Friends of Red Jenny. Blackwell is now a Grey Warden proper and going by his real name of Thom Rainier. Varric is Viscount of Kirkwall. Vivian is helping rebuild the Circle of Magi. She also, I think, is Grand Enchanter. I can't remember. And Dorian is building a new, more progressive political faction in the Tevinter Imperium. As for the Council, we soon learned that Ferelden would like the Inquisition to disband, whereas Orlais is happy to let us continue so long as they get more control of us. What we want, however, has been put on the back burner as the discovery of a dead Qunari agent distracts us. This discovery snowballs, leading us to learn of a planned Qunari invasion and their hatred of us and the Inquisition specifically, as they believe us to be working for the Dread Wolf, an agent of whom has apparently been messing with them at every turn. Keys to the Qunari's plans are... A key to the Qunari's plan is the use of the Eluvian and the Crossroads, and we have followed their paths, believing we can now reach their leader, the Vidasala, and put an end to their invasion. But what of the Dread Wolf Fen'Harel's agent, and the fate of the Inquisition? Well, let's find out. yeah, so I guess two other side notes to fill in there. Yeah, the Eluvian reminder is the like ancient elven artifact mirrors that lead to the Crossroads, which is like a space adjacent to the Fade that basically the mirrors you go from one mirror into the Crossroads, and through the Crossroads you find a mirror to whatever place you want to go to. So they're basically portals with like a limbo area between them that you use to find the various ages. They're like that place in Wheel of Time. Between like the builders gates. But yeah. And then what else? What was the other thing that I wanted to fill in? Oh yes, the other thing was that the anchor, so the little rift on our hand, we still have it even though we've closed the breach, but we haven't really been regularly stabilizing it anymore because we've been closing, it's been 2 years and we've closed everything with it. So it is acting up on us. It seems to be just kind of going off randomly rather than it used to only go off when it was near a rift. And so now it's going off randomly. And now not only is it going off randomly, but it seems to hurt us when it does that, especially when we get near like ancient elven artifacts and stuff. It really goes off and hurts us. And then that kind of culminated in a moment where our advisors were arguing, and then the anchor went off for no reason. There was nothing nearby it, no elven artifacts, no nothing. For no reason, it just went off and hurt us. And basically it is implied that it is, not implied even, it's kind of explicitly killing us, and there's nothing we can do about it because we don't have a rift to stabilize it with, and even if we did, that would only be a temporary solution. And the last time it was killing us at the beginning of the game, Solas was the one who slowed it down and kept it from killing us. So, and he's not around anymore. So yeah, so that's been, we kind of are like, okay, we're now trying to sort this out before we are killed by the anchor. So that's what was going on. Anyway, I found a couple things real quick off stream. I was saying that I was like going to probably talk to everybody one last time before we dive into this final mission. But turns out nobody has anything else to say. Everybody else is ready to go. The Winter Palace where we are met is in nighttime location now. So anyway, but I did find a couple things off stream. They're not very long. We just have this. This was behind where Varric was hanging out. Paper Dog, a collection of letters, invitations, urgent messages, and other sundry papers, all addressed to the Viscount of Kirkwall, aka Varric. Someone has folded them into the shape of a Madbari sticking out its tongue. So taking his duties very seriously. Then I found this letter to Arl Teagan. Arl Teagan we met in the first game. He is Alistair, our boo from the first game's uncle, and he is the one representing Ferelden in these talks. Arl Teagan, I spoke with relatives on the Orlesian side of my family, and they also don't know why the Inquisition's guards are suddenly everywhere. Everyone is nervous. Maybe now the Winter Palace won't be so sanguine about the Inquisition's forces at this council, or the standing army to the east. They did say Lavellan, that's us, looks preoccupied. She has certainly spent enough time locked up with her advisors. Everyone's waiting to see. Everyone's waiting to see what will come. Signed, Ben Wharton. So that would be another Ferelden. So yes, our weird behavior has not gone unnoticed. And then this is in the like Inquisition's little corner of the palace. Emergency measures. The order has been given. All known double agents within the Inquisition are being neutralized. And all suspect agents, oh yeah, because we found there was a leak within the Inquisition that helped the Qunari plot. And all suspects are being isolated from any information coming in or out of the Winter Palace. We've received messenger birds back from multiple cities. The Inquisition is not the only organization compromised by Qunari spies. In Valroyo, Gatlock barrels were being put into position by low-placed servants in the Grand Cathedral and Council of Heralds. In Denerim, Qunari spies were revealed among low-ranking members of the City Watch. Starkhaven was seated with spies among its own palace servants. In light of our lack of oversight on this matter, I will understand if an agent better suited to the task is promoted in my place. Reply below in Leliana's hand. The blame falls on me. I will not let anyone else appropriate it, no matter how well intended. Do not forget the lives we've saved by warning other cities about the Gatlock barrels. Besides, my friend, I have enough scandalous gossip on you that I know I can trust you. Of how many other agents is this true? The following line is in the original handwriting. At least 23, my lady, but your point is taken. All right, and I think that is it. I did find some, like, other stuff off stream, but I'll maybe look at that after. Okay. Then I need to, hold on, I do need to. No, there we go. There we go. Okay, we should have sound, we should have everything. Not much for me to do back here, I don't think. I haven't checked in since, like, last week, so the only other thing was, like, it's nighttime now. Whee! But there's also... Oh yeah, this over here, this is the scar in the sky left by the breach. Wow, I didn't mean to press this. Okay. It's gonna give me a score. This is like, oh, I only got 3. Okay, let's activate it again and actually focus on it. Okay. It's like a mini game where, like, if you activate it on the right spot, it, like, I don't totally understand it. But if you get it the right height, then it explodes cool. But you can't go too early or too late. But I actually find it quite difficult to tell. My thought would be, like, as it starts to curve, but... Happy Canada Day! Yeah! Wow, that one really exploded. I feel like the higher it gets... Hey, okay, that is by far my highest score, and I got some magic out of it. That's fun. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I also worked on some armor stuff, but yeah, the tavern is just, like, full of our soldiers and some other people. There's nobody cool there anymore. Oh. Did Sera have more to say? This is Sera's notepads. Yeah, Sera's past and now things. Oh, yes, okay. I think this When Wonder Where Whittles... yeah, I think that a lovingly completed drawing of Dagna smiling, the nose is smudged, possibly by a kiss. Also, there is an arrow pointing to it that says, "Kiss smudge from kissing." Yeah, I don't think we saw that last time, but that's a little bit of... There was some implications in the previous versions of that note that perhaps Sera and Dagna have gotten together. And that would seem to confirm it, that Sera and Dagna are a couple, so that's cute. Okay. But I think this is it. I think I can just go do finale stuff. I am tempted to hop out and show you, because I did go and set up my my other playthrough to be in a spot where I could show off what the Crossroads look like when you're not an elf. But yeah, okay. Alright, we're gonna do one last save. And we're gonna take the usual team with us. We're gonna do Dorian, Cassandra, and Cole.
Your hand hurts. It's pulling you apart.
We all knew this was probably our last time out together. Let's make it a good one.
We helped, all of us. I won't forget.
Enjoy me while you can. I expect you'll all miss me terribly later.
I certainly will.
Thank you. All of you.
Yeah, I crafted some new armor. It's a lot. Hey, thanks for the subs. 36 months. 3 years. Holy shit. Hi, Vantana Phoenix. Thank you. Oh, yay. Wow. That's wild. But yeah, I crafted, we got a new armor thing. I crafted some new one. Also, Cole and I are matching because he has the original version. Mine is a crafted version. Whoa, excuse me, Cassandra. But like, yeah, as I said, okay, so maybe I will jump out real quick. Let me just save here real quick and show you. Because like, okay, so I don't know how well you can see on the stream. 36 months, that's like 20 pregnancies. It basically is. You're right. But I feel like this is a good spot to show off the difference because as you can see, this tree is full of these pretty pink leaves. So is this one, these ones, and then the sky is doing like this color, like you can kind of see that it's green and like purple and pink in the sky. So that's what it looks like when you're an elf. Now we're going to good old, I think this is the right save. Good old Valentine. Hopefully I don't spoil anything. Yeah. So, the difference here, everything is more gray. Where this is my human character, Valentine Trevelyan. You still get a bit of like the air shimmery, the like fade like air shimmery, but it's not that colorful. It's just like little green bits. There's no leaves on the trees. Everything just looks, it just looks more gray. So anyway, that's a really fun detail because it's like a canon thing from the books that the elves have an easier time because the Crossroads were made by the elves. They have an easier time. They actually have a pleasant time in the Crossroads, but for everyone else, it's like kind of dull and depressing to be there. So yeah, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like as a human. And also this is how it looks like as a dwarf, as a Qunari, basically any non-elven race. Also, this is Valentine Trevelyan. Everyone say hi to Valentine. You can see I have the same team with me. What do you know? But yeah, so if I go, I'll hop right back to Galadriel too. And back to the pretty version. But yeah, so just, and like brighter, it's like, the lighting is brighter, it's more like a warm day rather than that was like an overcast, weird, dreary day. And yeah. And it's just, the sky is much more vibrant. Anyway, that blew my mind when I discovered that, because my first playthrough was as a dwarf, and then my second time doing Trespasser. It's a very cool detail, that you literally, like, so one of the other elven characters will remark on it being different in the Crossroads if you play as a non-human. And then if you play, or as a non-elf, if you play as an elf, you remark on how colorful it is here, and one of your human companions or other companions will be like, whoa, that's not, everything's gray and gross for me. Must be like how rich people see the world compared to normies. I don't think they actually see the world differently. I think they can just get nicer things. But yeah, that detail blew my mind the first time. It's very neat. It's very cool. Okay, where am I even going? Up there, I think. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I just was not prepared for it to be so much nicer. Look at these lovely leaves. Look at the sky. So swirly and cool. It's a detail, we talked about this a bit last time, but or maybe the time before that, but it's a detail that like, I'm playing as an elf in Veilguard, so like you spend, did I do this one already? Yes, I think I did that one already. Okay, I gotta find my way over there. I think I have to go the other way to do that. Okay. What was my train of thought? I lost it. It ran away. Oh, that you spend a reasonable amount of time in the Crossroads in Veilguard. Minor spoiler. And I don't think they do the same thing because it's a whole game and I didn't really expect them to, but I also don't know because I am playing as an elf and everything is very pretty. So my next playthrough will have to be not as an elf so I can see if that's how it works. What is the path through here? Over here? What did I do? Should I have been paying attention to other paths growing around me that I didn't pay attention to? That's alright, we can explore the prettiness of the Fade. Oh, we non-gel plebs gotta get together and do our nails again. I mean, mine are, they've grown out. They've grown out quite a bit. And I am at the 2-week. I did a better job of applying these ones, so they are in a better position than... Oh, right! I'm a fool. It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks since I started this. I forgot that it's the original mirror that we couldn't get through originally is now the mirror we can get through.
All right, everyone, get ready.
Everyone get ready! But yeah, I did a better job, so they're not catching on my hair as much, but they are definitely catching on my hair. Yes, the elf privilege in Inquisition. Yeah, it is ironic that we be compared to how rich folks see the world. This is like the one place where we're better off, because at least in this time period of the Dragon Age universe, elves are... things are bad for them. They are definitely not, Oh.
So this is the Darvaarad.
Look at this. It's an Eluvian graveyard.
Where did the Qunari get all these? How long have they been studying Eluvians? The sooner we stop this invasion plan, the better.
Also, why you break so many? That's sad. Where are all these could have been places we were going. Also, hello, Falcane, yeah! Oh, you feel like you want a real manicurist into UV again, but you need professional help with their current state. Well, I was like, I probably want... I was thinking about potentially doing a proper... Hey, come back. A proper, professionally done nails closer to the wedding I have to go to, because I will be a bridesmaid. So that seems like a good time to get it done professionally. But yeah, these nails that I did a little better this time they are holding up more. Like yesterday was the 2-week mark for them, and they're showing a little bit of wear, but they're doing pretty well. The main way they're showing wear is like, I can't tell by looking at them that they're starting to lift, but I'm starting to get more hair caught in them. No, Cole. He's fine. He's okay. He's fine. Everything's fine. Do I want... Is it nearby? Do I have to look for whatever this veil fire might open? Okay, well, let's read this thing first. Oh, yeah, hypothetically, some places offer not doing gel nails, but you gotta let them dry. Yeah. Or do whatever Zach and Darren did pre-wedding. Yeah, I don't know. Did you get... No, you didn't get gels. They got something polished, some just like clear polish, something? I don't know. Eluvian studies. Okay, so this is gonna be about the magic mirrors that let us travel to the Crossroads and teleport and all that stuff. The writing on these pages is completely incomprehensible, even to a native speaker of Kunlot. The handwriting resembles the scratches of an inebriated chicken, but the drawings are meticulous, an excruciatingly careful study of several Eluvian, along with exploded diagrams of their inner workings. Interesting. Is it calculations that we can't read, or did study Eluvians make him go a little... Oh.
We should hurry.
Uh-oh, a hand. Yeah, you can sungrade. I also have UV guard gloves, though they only come to about here, so like the part of your hand that is in trouble may not be covered. Oops. I did not mean to aim for that. I was just trying to get my buddies to follow me because I'm invisible. But then I was too close to the detonate button, and I just exploded it instead. Whoopsie. Whoopsie daisy.
Why are the Qunari calling this plan Dragon's Breath? What do dragons have to do with assassinating heads of state? I don't understand any of this.
Well, according to Leliana, it was a... everybody follow me. I do need to pick up the... according to Leliana, you know, it's a metaphor for attacking many at once.
Gods. We need to deal with them as quickly as possible.
Sure. Yeah, we sure do. Can I get any of them to come over here? If none of them are standing, I want them to come near the bombs where I can explode them. 'Cause that's fun. Oh, we're all in trouble. We only have 5 health. I gotta pay more attention. Okay, well... Ow. You know, I don't mind not being in the middle of the fray, so whoever knocked me around there maybe did me a favor. Good work, everybody.
That's quite the door.
Anything? That is quite the door. I'm sure we don't have everything we need for it yet, but even so. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, we just have to turn some stuff. Okay, I'll come back for this. Logs of Darvaarad, Gatekeeper. The entries in this book are written in several different hands and occasionally even different languages. From the few entries in the common tongue, it appears to be a log filled in by the various guards who have watched the gates of Darvaarad. Morning. Artifacts brought in by Hisra-Kith. Original location not on manifest. Asked Iskari, was told they're from ruins. Please remind agents that all relics must be properly catalogued or the Tarbas will never stop complaining about it. Afternoon. 3 Kiths deployed, including Iskari and Hisra-Kith. Told her to write down locations in her manifest this time. Evening, his Rakith reported back. Iskari handed me manifest that just said, outside Darvaarad, asking my Sten for a knife. Your Sten, eh? We knew a Sten once. Not this character. This character did not know a Sten. Okay, okay. That's... Don't want to explode that. Don't want to explode that. That'll just hit me. This door is locked. Boo. Anything fun over here? Oh, so sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Hello. Oh, he's climbing. He's climbing. Where are you going?
Make it take you.
Well, we got him.
Valerian. Do the Qunari have any idea what they're dealing with?
The song is different, but the pieces fit together.
What? What, Cole? Okay, okay, they have...
Is that an Astrarium? How did the Qunari move it here?
A word of advice, stay away from the glowing pyramid.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sure. Is this... Okay, yeah, this is the door. Okay, okay. I'm going to come back this direction and get the supply cache afterwards. Because we're going to need it. Yeah, so normally Qunari are not, like, they're very anti-magic. They find it very frightening and uncontrollable and upsetting. And so the fact they have collected... We knew that they were going out of character to study the Eluvian, but this is like a whole collection of magical stuff, which is very strange. Saarath, this letter was clearly written a few lines at a time over the course of multiple days, as the ink at the start has already faded slightly. Elf who is Talus, it is no longer my role to instruct others in the Qun, but I will share what I can with you if it brings you peace. You are not alone in your struggles to achieve mastery of yourself and your purpose. Many Vitathari come to the Qun filled with fear and anger. These feelings build walls brick by brick within the self. They prevent you from seeing the others around you, from seeing the world as it is, and they convince you that you are alone and in darkness, that you must fend for yourselves. The walls are real, but the darkness and the solitude, the world that they create within the self, that is all illusion. You must work to tear down the walls if you wish to see the truth, and the truth is this: no one is alone. It was the wisdom revealed to Kozloon in the desert long ago. What looks like solitude is connectedness. What looks like darkness is only the space between stars. This portion of the letter is slightly newer, and the handwriting, which was exceptionally tidy at first, has become somewhat looser, as if written in a hurry. And it is not just the Vitathari who struggle with these illusions. The world changes the self, and we must balance mastery upon the turning tides. Once I was Ashkari, and I spent my days examining the philosophy of the Qun and trying to seek the enlightenment that Kozloon found. But my dreams of demons took me down a new path. Here the writing is filled with crossed out passages, and the script becomes shaky. Some of the ink is still wet. And now with the song liquid, crossed out. And now I study the dam which holds back magic as its source. We will, crossed out. It is our purpose to, crossed out. Things change, little Talus. The world changes. Find purpose in people around you, and your role will be clear. Remember when, crossed out. It will be hard to find wisdom in the noise. The noise is an illusion, like the darkness, but the walls are real. Remember that. Tear down the walls first, and you will see the truth. Saarath. So just, really normal, understandable stuff. We also knew a Talus, or Hawk knew a Talus, and our Grey Warden knew a Sten. Qunari are named not for... Oh, sure. Can I light you on the floor? Why not?
Well, that didn't do the trick.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Oh, boy. Okay, well...
It didn't work.
I know it didn't work. Ancient writing. One sees the hunter, one flees from it, one... Talus was in the Mark of the Assassin DLC in Dragon Age 2. She was Felicia Day's character. So she was an elven Qunari, a convert. He's writing, one sees the hunter, one flees from it, one hunts it in turn, one outwits them all. Sure. Yeah, sure. I feel like I have to do... Where are all of them? Are you a dragon? And you're a Hala. And it sounds like there should be 4. Well, we might not be solving this. We might not be solving this time. We might just leave that for now. Scrap of writing from the Ben-Hassrath Agent. Excavated mural, believed to be a self-portrait by Fen-Harel. Fen-Harel being another name for the Dread Wolf, who we know as Solas, but our character does not know as Solas. How interesting. Anyway. Oh, I accidentally pressed... I didn't mean to press that. Okay. Oh, I broke my ankles. Whoops. Okay, what is... Where are these various braziers? Are there more down here? There's the supply cache down here. There's... Okay, so it feels like... Okay, what was the order? Because it feels like you're a hunter, and then the Hala's the hunted, the dragon hunts the hunter, and somebody outsmarts them all. So I feel like I'm missing a statue somewhere. And I don't know what order it goes in. I should have kept track of that, what order it was in. Okay. Oh shoot, I should have taken these potions first. Oh well. I messed that up. I was gonna drink them all first, and I only had 2 left anyway, I guess. Okay, okay. Was there any outside here? Because that's still only 3, right? There was 2 up top. Who outsmarts them all? Okay, we've got the one by the dragon. Oh well, who needs healing potions anyway? Yeah, nobody. Don't look at this part of my screen. Don't look there. My instinct was to cover it, even though that will do nothing for you guys. Okay. One sees the hunter, one flees from it, one hunts it in turn, one outwits them all. Oh. So the hawk maybe is the one that sees the hunter. The Hala is the one that flees from it, maybe? Dragon is the one that hunts it in turn, and then I don't know who outwits them all. Okay, so maybe I'll try that. So that would be the basement one, this one, and then this one, and then there's presumably another one somewhere. There, I'm breaking my ankles again. I gotta chill. I gotta chill, man. Okay, it stayed lit. That's a good sign. Ooh, there's a... Oh, interesting. That's interesting. That looks like a thing we'll see a lot of in Veilguard. Curious. Okay, and then I think it was you. Okay. And then you. I mean, that made a noise like something happened. Is it maybe the Fen'Harel statue downstairs? Oh my god. Well, I landed on the table, so we're okay. It is the Fen'Harel. Okay, I wondered if Fen'Harel would be the one who outsmarted them all. Okay. Oh, a dagger. Is it better than... Is it better than what you have right now, my darling Cole? Oh, maybe. It's been so long since you found... Ah, no, his are still better. It looks cool, though. Okay. Alright, well... I said we weren't going to do the puzzle, and then I went into the puzzle. Okay. Can I...
Yes, do the thing to the other thing. Oh, sorry, I'm not good with things that don't have feelings.
That's alright. I understand what you're saying. This is another puzzle. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, no, you bring both those in. Oh, okay. No, so... Hmm. Okay, wait. What if I did this one more? And then did... No. Stop that. I want... I like... You know, there's like a thing in games now where... Oh. Okay. Where an NPC will like...
It's okay.
Yay!
Let's go.
Where and Dorian, are you good? Dorian, buddy, are you good? Where you going, buddy? What's up? You just jogging? All right. Surely the Inquisitor has a good health plan. I missed that. Yeah, probably. Yeah. But yeah, I think with games where like NPCs will give you hints for puzzles and stuff, and I enjoyed that as a very much a non-hint from Cole, where he's like, "Ooh, you gotta do a thing." Like, thanks, Cole. He's doing his cardio. You know what? You're absolutely right. Who am I to shame him for staying healthy? Oh, hello. Wait, can I... Oh, key is required. Oh. Ooh, can I sneak around here? Oh. I don't think that exploded on anybody. That's not what I want at all. No, I want to blow this up. Ugh. Yeah, everyone's in rough shape because I didn't let them drink health potions because I screwed up. But it's fine. We're all fine. Who am I even aiming at now? Nobody good. Just punched a wall. Cool. Good. Good. No problem. Hey, I got the storage room key. Okay, sweet. Journal notes found in the barracks. There are several entries in this journal, some in Kunlat, some in Common, as if the writer was practicing their language skills. The last page reads, sent to palace again, moving things along. Boz Shems never notice who comes or goes. When the Dragon's Breath comes, they won't know what hit them. Aha! Joke's on you. We figured it out. We got you. We do at least now know who hit us. Ooh. Amulet of physical... You stop. The wearer of this amulet suffers no physical effects in combat? Stop. I guess I could use that. Here, I have my very weird, so you can see my current amulet does mean that all damage does double damage to me, but I do heal for half health when I die most of the time. And like it basically gives me some pretty sick resistances some of the time, with the payoff being that everything damages me twice as much. But maybe I want this instead. I mean, Cole also goes down a lot, but I have he's in a whole set right now, and I kind of don't want to break up the set. Okay, let's give this a go. Let's see if this helps me stay on my feet a little longer. You gotta be, when you're finding extra loot like that right at the end here, it's gotta be pretty good. Written instructions for new workers. While some of this letter is in Kunlat, most of it is in Common Tongue. The letter's blocky and simple but tidy. The Dragon's Breath must continue regardless of concerns at the Winter Palace. Many are new to the Qun and have not yet learned to trust. Your worry is understandable. The rest of the world has betrayed you. All who have been to the Darvaarad know the difficulty of maintaining the specimen for extraction for as long as we have. If we delayed Dragon's Breath, we would have to dispose of the specimen. Creating Gatlock is normally a slow process requiring much mining and careful alchemy. Venom extraction offers the only means to deliver the Dragon's Breath quickly and in large quantities. To delay Dragon's Breath is to lose any chance of bringing peace to the South without needless suffering. The Qun demands we save the workers of the South from a bloody war and deliver them into our teaching before corruption further overtakes the land. Others have voiced concern over the specimen. The Qun does not demand cruelty to any living being, but all creatures have a place and a duty under the Qun. The specimen serves as it must. When Dragon's Breath is complete, it will be extinguished quickly and painlessly as when we slaughter animals for food. Allow your superiors to deal with the agents of Fen'Harel, the Dread Wolf, and remember your role in service to the Qun. Sure. Hi, Saberni. Hi. It's lovely to see little good old Dr. Chompy. I miss Dr. Chompy. And Dr. Kickflip. My very good dogs from the first 2 games. Oh, hello. Sorry, I was looking out at the view and didn't pay attention to the guys trying to kill me. You know, as you do. Cole's okay. No, Cole's okay. Cole's okay.
That sounded bad. Hold on a little longer.
I'll try. Oh, would you like to craft any weapons last minute? Yeah, so as you can see, our hand is now just going off randomly and hurting us when it does. Things are bad. Everything's bad. Everything's going badly. Okay, I will read this first. Letters and replies. A letter with an Inquisition seal sits half buried in a pile of memos to the Honorable Salasari, Triumvirate of the Qun. On behalf of the Inquisition, I must humbly inquire as to the hostile actions of your agents in Halam-Shiral. We can only view the attacks by Ben-Hassrath agents upon our officers and in the infiltration and sabotage of the Exalted Council at Halam-Shiral as the prelude to a declaration of war. If the Qunari people do not wish to provoke retaliation from the Chantry, these hostiles must cease at once. Respectfully, Ambassador Josephine Montelier. Thanks, Josie, for trying. Several incomprehensible messages in Kunlot follow. A letter in common with elegant script has been torn open and crumpled into a ball, but the writing is still legible. To Ambassador Josephine Montelier of the Inquisition. The triumvirate of the Qunari people wishes to assure you that despite the loss of the dreadnought Barathlock and its crew of 100 souls in a failed joint mission with the Inquisition 2 years ago, we may have sacrificed that ship to save Krem and the Chargers, and that may be the event that got the Iron Bull banished from the Qun. Military action has not been approved against the Inquisition. No one in Parvalan has authorized actions of any kind involving the Exalted Council, nor will they. We are seeking out the Ben-Hassrath priest who appears to be leading this operation without our consent. Once she is located, we assure you that these hostile actions will cease. So, it appears to not be a full invasion plan. There's the things that Solas was telling us would strengthen the Veil. Dragon Skull. The Dragon Breath Plan. This document appears to be written entirely in Kunlot, but contains a number of complicated diagrams, including detailed blueprints of Halam-Shiral and a number of other palaces and fortresses. So, the Winter Palace.
The Qunari text is gibberish, but it looks a great deal like they're cataloguing artifacts. How many ruins must they have found to produce so much? What are they doing with it?
Morrigan said the key to an Eluvian could be anything, including knowledge or power. So they're stockpiling both. That's how they got the keystone and opened so many of the Eluvians we've seen.
They will have defenses in place. We must not stumble into anything blindly. Is that a copy of Swords and Shields?
I'm sorry, the Qunari also read Varric's smutty romance book? It is a copy of Swords and Shields. Well, that's fun. How delightful. Wait, what did that? Oh, that's the weapon crafting. Cool. Thank you. Oh, it's a supply cache. Everybody drink. You don't need it. Of course you don't need it, Cassandra. I can always count on you. Okay. There. There we go. We're doing great. Everything's great.
Dragon's breath is an actual dragon?
Turns out not a metaphor.
Epa! Bars!
Inquisition! Nira Tasia Sara! Miraba Sadim Kata! You have come far enough, Inquisitor. No more.
Oh! Sure. 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 Oh, Cole's armor does make him look so grown up. Yeah, so this style of armor, it's the same style that I have on as well. It looks the same regardless who you put it on, unlike other armors where they change to like fit the person who's wearing them. And I like spend a while like staring at Cole in the armor because I've given him the whole set. It's an armor that goes with some items that you can also find. Well, oh, I missed you. You popped up behind me. And so I like spent a while being like, do I does this feel too weird to have him in a different outfit? And then I was like, no, actually, he looks badass. And now we're matching. Though I did purposefully try to pick very different colors for my set so that we wouldn't be in the exact, like, not identical matching, just, you know. Kind of matching. Also, I think this is the point, that cutscene there is the point where the, like, if Iron Bull is still part of the Qun, I think that's where it's revealed. Oh no, okay, oh, he's back, he's okay. Okay. I think that's when it's revealed that, he's working with the, or they, like, have, he'll betray you, basically, at that point, and you will have to kill Iron Bull in this fight. So, just another reason to never ever let the Chargers get killed. And I never would. I love Krem too much. Yeah, back up. Get out my face. Anyway, that's not, oops. I blew up Cole and Cassandra. That's my bad. Oh, I should have noticed that. Okay, well, he took a potion. He's fine. Everything's fine. The first time you made the mistake of sacrificing the Chargers, what a surprise. Listen, they give you a compelling reason to, I do understand doing it. I couldn't bring myself to do it the first time, and then, and then I just loved Krem too much, and I just was like, I also, yeah, I don't know, I just couldn't do it. And so I found an excuse every time. But yeah, they do, by making an alliance hinge on it and making, like, it being a big personal sacrifice for Iron Bull either way, makes it a tricky one. Orders posted in the factory. Portions of this are in decipherable Kunlot with what might be formulas in an unfamiliar number system. One section has been translated for Vidithari workers in the factory, then circled, repeatedly underlined, with arrows drawn around it by someone who was clearly very insistent that it be read. You found out the hard way. Yeah, I fortunately found out before ever trying it for myself, because I have my go-to decisions, but every once in a while I'll do a playthrough where I'm like, I'll sprinkle in some of my decisions that I haven't made yet, and yeah, I got lucky in that regard. For primers, combine no more than 1 part Atashi venom with an equal amount of Deathroot oxen and 3 parts powdered silver. I'm gesturing for emphasis. Powdered silverite. Adding more venom will dissolve the casing on the primers here in the factory and fill the room with deadly gas. Whoever keeps getting the formula wrong needs to see me immediately. We have a great many primers to make on a tight schedule and cannot afford any more delays due to mistakes. Wow, that does seem bad. To be fair to this person, that does seem bad. Okay, Dragon. What's that all about? Ooh. Animal Handler's Logbook. The first half of this logbook appears to be notes on the care and feeding of animals in a free marcher's lord's manner. After that, it shifts into practice phrases in Kunlot. Later, it begins again with the following. Beast presents chafing around limbs and tail, likely from attempts to use chains. While its natural strength remains, muscles are slack from confinement. Tardathras said she initially tried drugging the beast, but the amount required to keep it sedated changed the quality of its venom so that it was no longer useful in producing Gatlock. She says fire has kept it under control, while the heated panels keep it in a state of comfortable drowsiness. Tardathras is not as good at deception as she thinks she is. She does not like what we are doing to the beast. She calls it Atashi, which means something like great thing, and she repeats sayings from the Qun to herself when she extracts the venom. I do not disagree with her. I saw enough harm done to the innocent beast at my lord's sneering... done to innocent beasts at the lord's my lord's sneering commands. The beast, the Atashi, deserves better than the pry bars and needles we use upon it each time we draw its venom gland. Tardathra says I may be needed at the Winter Palace. It is likely that some view elves with suspicion thanks to these attacks by the agent of Fenrel. But a human woman may still pass unnoticed among the servants. She says I may be asked to deliver more Gatlock in different containers. She says it could be dangerous and that if I do not return, most will assume I am dead. As I said, Tardathras is not as good at deception as she thinks she is. But she is right. I did not join the Qun for this. Wow, really did her a solid there. Oh, another supply. Well, all right then. I'll do another. Anyone else need any? Anyone else? Anyone else need? Okay. All right. Just grab this and go. Hello, I can hear you, Dragon. Optional, free the dragon. Do I remember how to do that?
Obviously need the dragon's venom. No dragon, no more plan.
Her captors have already mutilated
Do
her.
I remember?
It seems needlessly cruel to kill her.
Look, listen, my first playthrough, I know I definitely fucked this up and did not save the dragon. I do not remember how. I gotta move the wagons. I gotta roll. Wait, where's the. Okay. Wow, the dragon's in bad shape. We might not do this. Okay. Why am I not running? Ah! Okay. Where is. Okay, here's a thing. Okay. Here's the thing. Okay. We're gonna try to save the dragon. I make no promises though. You can do it, thanks! Thanks for your belief. Okay. I am very worried about how low its health already is. Okay, we just...
Move those rings, we can clear a path for the dragon.
That's exactly my thoughts. Okay. It's rude to make me solve a puzzle while lives are at stake.
It's locked. It cannot move.
Okay, so that's... I need to destroy... How do I destroy the frickin'... My whole party's dead. How do I blow it up? Everybody's dead. I mean, that helps keep the dragon alive, honestly. And I'm invisible. Okay, okay. Oh, but I want it to stay stuck while I set up everything else, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Just me casually not resurrecting my friends. Hold on, I'll get to them. It's gonna be fine. Oh, okay. Okay, what I want... Because nobody else is gonna hurt the dragon. Okay, wait, so does that not... Oh, hi, shit. I'm not invisible. When did that happen? Can I be invisible again? Aha! Ahaha! Okay. Now, my sweet dragon, I cannot see... Okay. Can't turn that anymore. Hi. Here I am, just turn myself invisible again. Okay. Yeah. Okay, can I turn you anymore? Okay. And then I need to move the thing. Ow! I forgot to turn myself invisible again. Oh, hello! Your whole dang wing was there, huh? Okay. Now I just need to get rid of the... Oh, It's fine. I'll just be invisible. How do I blow you up, though? Is there primers somewhere? Hi, don't mind me! Oh. Oh, well, I want to do this at least.
You've got it. It's opening.
Oh! Wow, Dorian's just lying, bleeding out on the ground, going like, "You're doing great, honey!"
The gate is open. Now we move the rings.
Cassandra also on the ground, being like, "Yeah, you got it!" Okay, how do I move you? No, I don't want to kill them. No, stop it! I'm killing the dragon. I don't want to do that. I want to... How do I move the... I might have to look it up. How do I move... Can I get the dragon to do it? Can I... I do not remember how I did it. I absolutely had to look it up the first time. Hello! Hi! Oh, can I just... Hold on. Yeah! Yeah! Okay. Oh, sorry that I hit you when I did that. And thank you. Oh, thank you, Saberni. I got there eventually. Now, yes. Now I have this. Oh, I do want to resurrect all of my friends, though, so that they can be at full health. At least some of them seem to be close together. Okay. Oh, that was everyone but Cassandra, my most badass companion. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. Now let me turn... No, let me turn this. Why are you not letting me... There we go. I'll use...
The barriers are set. Now we just need to open the gate.
Oh, the gate closed, did it? The gate closed, did it? Where is Cassandra? It's fine. You know what? Let's not worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Wow, I can't get anything to work for me. Why? There we go. Jesus.
She's free. She's leaving.
Oh, Cole's so happy where he is bleeding out on the ground.
Hashara! Dear Inquisitor, you have such little time left. You must finally see the truth. Elven magic already tore the sky apart. If the agents of Ben-Hassrath are not stopped, you will shatter the world as well.
The Inquisition has nothing to do with these agents.
Come, Inquisitor. I am the eyes and ears of the Qunari people. Do you
Get
think
your
you can
eyes
deceive
checked
me?
then.
You would have died from the mark on your hand, but for the help of one of their chief agents. The same agent who helped seal the breach, who led you to Skyhold, who gave Corypheus the orb, then founded the Inquisition. Solas, agent of Ben-Hassrath.
What?
Shock! Shock! Alright, so now our character has caught up to where we're at. Wait, I gotta check something. Oh god, okay. Did I not... Where did I have this? How come I can't find it? Shoot. Well, I guess we'll wait until after this conversation is done.
Solas is an agent of Ben-Hassrath.
Did you not know? We
Well-
thought you were his ally. Solas tricked us all. He pushed a dying Qunari into the Winter Palace to lure you into opposing us.
She's
Without
so
him, we
close.
could have brought the
She's so
South
close.
peace and wisdom along the gentle path. Now we must take the way of blades. Anna Hayden, Inquisitor. If it is any consolation, Solas will not outlive you.
That's not. That's. Oh yeah, well, we're gonna do the romance option.
That's why Solas left. He's been helping us fight the Qunari all this time. We have to save him.
Peace on the gentle path that could have been so good for the South.
The Vidasala cannot have gotten far.
Okay. I might take a real quick break. Thanks, Cole. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna take a real quick break, but before I do, I am going to say one of my favorite behind the scenes trivias is that, like, so everybody disapproves of you being like, we gotta save Solas. Everybody disapproves except for Cole. It's who's the only one who approves. And it's really funny, but to make this possible, because this is like one of the last things that can happen in the game, and therefore it is very, very likely that you will either have everybody at a stage where they are like max approval or max disapproval. Like, it is very possible that especially anybody who is going to be approving of you is at max approval at that point, especially if Cole's still with you. And so in order to make it work, they had to add some approval so that Cole could still approve while everybody else disapproved. I don't think they had to add disapproval because I guess anybody with max disapproval, almost everybody with max disapproval, I think would be gone by this point. I don't know that anybody at this point has plot. Like, there's some characters that have disapproval plot armor where they will stick around for their own reasons, Solas being one of them, but obviously Solas is never around at this point. But yeah, and it was Trick Weeks who did it, like not one of the writers, not one of the programmers, because they were just like, they thought that was so funny, so they like figured out some like coding to figure out how to like make it possible for Cole to approve while everybody else disapproves, because I am so certain that I'm at 100% approval for Cole. So for that to work, they have to, yeah, in Trespasser everybody gets a boost to what the maximum approval can be. So that you can have that hilarious lineup of everybody disapproving one by one and then Cole approving. Anyway, I'm going to take a break. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. See you soon. Welcome back. Well, welcome back to the Trespasser finale, where we finally caught up to ourselves. Though I say that, technically we haven't. Technically, Galadriel, too, still, as far as we know, Solas is an agent of Fenrirel, the Dread Wolf trickster god. But I guess we know that he is Fenrirel, the Dread Wolf trickster god. Elven trickster god, but yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of, the Vidasala went on the same journey that I went on playing Inquisition, where I spent a lot of time thinking that Solas was a secret ancient elf, and then thinking that Solas was a secret ancient elf who was secret ancient elf who was an agent of Fenrirel, to after the Temple of Mythal being like, he might actually be Fenrirel. That was the journey I went on, though Vitasala is not there yet. Anyway, let's fucking roll. Let's fucking go. Let's do this. Ooh. Yes, you cannot return the way you went, but this is nice. What a good view. You like to think that this is the point when your Inquisitor knew too. I also think this is the point where we would know too. I think we found everything. I think we found everything, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, this is lovely. Well, because you'd have the moment. I like it as a moment of she says Vitasala is like, Solas is an agent of Fen'Harel, and suddenly so many things click into place, and you're just like, oh no, this makes sense. Oh no, this makes sense. Oh no, this makes sense. But it makes the most sense if, and then yeah, like just everything. You just needed that last little piece. Anyway, our hand's still glowing. That's probably fine. Sorry, I got really hyped about the music. We stepped forward and this music started.
Up there!
It's going to... Everyone back!
Uh-oh! Anchor meltdown. The anchor now builds up power even faster. Using it is difficult, but discharges all accumulated focus. If the focus reaches full power, the anchor discharges uncontrollably, damaging you and your allies as well as nearby enemies. I fucking love it. I'm gonna cry. I love this part so much. The music for this section is so good. The music's hitting. There's like, we're building up to reveals, but also like the anchor meltdown is like just gameplay telling story, because we're now at the point where our anchor is going to hurt, and like I have friendly fire turned off. This does it no matter what. You can see it fucked up our whole party. So yeah, the fact that
if it keeps up like this, it will kill you. Solas must help as he did at Haven.
I mean, if he
Solas
can.
doesn't want to hurt people. He isn't that kind of wolf. The Qunari don't see.
No, Cole! Cole knows as well. I mean, we don't have to clue in Cole. He's got it figured out. Oh, a supply cache. Sure. Since I did just blow everyone up. God, it's... Wow, it builds fast. Everybody hold position. I gotta go blow up. Yeah, I gotta go blow up. Ah! Ah! Okay. All right, you can all come back to me now. Everybody drink some potions. We're gonna do... He just called Solas a wolf, which, like, I don't know, if you really want to get pedantic, you could still be like, okay, he's, it's in reference to him being an agent of Fen'Harel, but I mean, obviously we know the truth. Oh, fucking hell, hi. You know what, fuck it. We're already halfway built back up, so... You guys want to come to me? I know I told you to stay back, but I need your help. There you are, okay. But yeah, I don't know, even if we weren't clued in on that point, like, that's... Cole knows. There's no way Cole doesn't know.
There.
Hi.
He can't be far from her, or it hurts him.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It builds so fast. Oops, I blew myself up a little bit. But you know, that's just how she goes sometimes, you know? That's, ow! That was rude. Yeah, don't attack me. Oh, hello. Wow, you're big. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Wow, you know what? I'll take a potion. I don't know why I'm trying to be a hero. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, okay. You know what? I think that without friendly fire turn on, I can... Okay, I was like, I can set it off near them as long as I'm the one setting it off. If it sets off, if it explodes because it's over, it's over good. I have, oh, that's true. I have an amulet of no physical damage. That is true. So being near the big guy, I totally forgot that. Being near the big guy is probably no sweat. It's like, it said physical effects, so I don't know if that's just like the damage or if that, ooh, can I knock you right off? I sure can, there he goes. Wow. Wow, he's such a long way to travel. There we go. Okay, everybody come to me. I know I confused you all by being invisible. Oh, I am gonna explode again though. Yeah, okay, so as long as I'm the one who sets it off, they're fine. Okay, okay, okay. Stay hydrated, babes. Then I have to remember that I have this ability to not be hurt from projectiles too. Okay. You know what? I want to get closer to them and set her off again. Whoa! I really flung coal into the air there. Can I knock you off the... Oh, I thought I could maybe knock him off the bridge. That would have been sick. Oh boy, there's a whole mess of you. Well, if you all gather together a little more... I can just do this kind of infinitely. That'll use up my... Yeah. That'll use up my anchor as well. God, it builds back up so fast. This is... It's just wild. Okay. Oh, there's still a guy up there. Okay. No, I don't need to detonate that. That's fine. Oh, supply cache. Everybody's doing well. Good job. This reminds you of Arlathan and Veilguard. Yeah, that was very Arlathan. It might be, honestly. Oh fuck. Okay, we gotta explode. Unfortunate to do it right before a big battle, but... Oh, that's a big Sera boss. I did get that. Yeah, where the fuck is he? Okay. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay. Alright, it's fine. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No, I didn't mean to do that either. Good signs, I'm panicking! Wait, where'd he go? Oh. Oh, gross. Oh no, yikes. Okay, okay, okay. Can I spell this? Okay. Oh boy, can I use this? Slow you down at least? Oh, I am slow. I get out of the... Okay, 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 okay. Oh boy, oh boy. Remember the first time playing this, just being like, can you all get out of my way? I absolutely feel you there. Okay, okay, God, what do I even want to do? Okay, oh, fuck you. I don't have time for you, ma'am. Just kill you right quick, thank you. Oh, Skellington, wow.
Be ready, they have reinforcements.
No, 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 ah! Ah! Oh, okay. God, I thought for a second that Cassandra. Man, Cassandra's gonna go. You know shit's bad when Cassandra's gonna go down. Oh. Okay, girl, where are you? Where you at? Where you at? Ow! Oh, fuck! I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. That was not good. That was bad. Oh, there's Cole. Hopefully Cassandra's close enough by to also get... Yeah, it looks like she was. Okay, sweet, 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 sweet. Immediately, Cole. 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 Okay, 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 okay. That's all right. Dorian's got him. Okay, yeah, what? Let's... Can we... heal... You're okay, actually. Okay. Where's Dorian? No, you know what? Y'all are actually okay, except for Dorian. He's not okay, but that's alright. That's fine. Oh, God, where'd you go now? Hi! Oh, you are a bit close to me, huh? You are a bit close to me, huh? Oh, I have this back. Okay. Okay, who went down? No, nobody sneezed near Dorian. Yeah. Oh, God, where'd you go? Oh, God. Oh, man! Ah.
It seems the Cerebas is no longer following orders.
Oh!
You will not leave here, Inquisitor.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sure. 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 Oh, shit. Oh, God. Okay. Hi. Oh, we are all in rough shape, huh? Yeah. No, we're doing great. We're doing great. Everything's fine. We're doing... Stop throwing fire. Who's throwing fire at me? That's rude. That's rude. Okay, wait. No! Oh, now you could do this while we're all clustered together, dying. I do wish Dorian was closer by, but you know what? We're just gonna continue the don't sneeze on Dorian tactic. And... Oh, no. Okay. No, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Oh, no! Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. It's pretty, though. Okay, no. We're not. We're focus. Okay. All right. Okay. Everyone follow me. Oh, fucking hell. Wait. Hold on, let me explode first. I gotta keep better lock on that. Okay. Ooh, pretty murals. Okay, no, we don't have time to admire things. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. There's just... They're everywhere. Oh, what happens if I do that?
One of the mirrors must lead out of here.
Oh. Keep talking and nobody explodes. Don't throw so much fire at me. That's rude. Ah! Hello! Wait, it's fine. It's fine. You can hit me. It's fine. It's not physical damage. And the fire damage is more of a problem anyway. Okay. Fucking kill all of you. That's fine. Don't run away. Don't run away from my kill ball. That's rude. Oh, actually, I think I got them. Well, got some of them anyway. Not as many as I would like. No, no, no. It's fine. It's fine. It's like we can, in theory, just skip around the field with these, but... Yes, yes, yes. Okay. If you'll all let me through so I can test more mirrors. Aha! Like this one. Okay.
Let us finish this.
Okay, okay, who's worse off? Us. My soul is dust? It's a bit rude. Ah! Hi! You're back! Uh-huh. Are you blocking us getting through there? I was like, can I skip this fight? Ooh, look at what you do to the light. Oh god, look, it's beautiful. Oh, it's just lovely here. It's just lovely here. Oh, I mean, all the fire and electricity and everything burning aside, it's gorgeous. The music! Yeah, that didn't do much to him. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, boy. Okay, okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. Will you come back for me? Yes, okay. Oh. And then it brings in the main theme. It transitions into the main theme so beautifully. Stop jumping around! Okay. But it is like a slight, it's a variation. It's not to say, oh, hello. A rage demon. Oops. That, I don't, oh, that I think it was pulling me towards, oh god, okay. Oh, there's all these little spirit guys. I don't care about you. Oh shit, I didn't pay attention. Who'd I blow up? I think... Oh boy, oh boy. My controls are getting a bit wonky, so I think... Let's see if I stop. Okay, maybe they are fine. It was, there was a glitch earlier where I would, my movement would get wonky. Oh, you know what? No, we don't have time for you guys either. You just instantly kill all of you with my instant demon killing power that I might as well use because my focus keeps replenishing. Oh god, oh god, oh god, okay. You okay, Cole? You seem frozen. Oh, we almost got him, Okay, well, joke's on you. I should explode soon anyway. and get far away. Ah! Pride Demon! Happy Pride! Your favorite bit. I'm partial to it myself. Cool, up and at him, buddy. If y'all give me just another minute, will my Mark of the Rift reload before I have to explode? Is the question. Can I kill Saravas in time? Oh, it's gonna be.
Use your mark.
It's gonna be tight. Okay. Oh, we just properly exploded him, huh? Okay, here we go. Here we fucking go. It closed behind us.
Ebesit kata, etwa ost.
Maraskata.
Your forces have failed. Leave now and tell the Qunari to trouble me no further.
Hot.
Solas.
Oh god.
That should give us more time. I suspect you have questions.
Nah, I've got it!
The Qunari answered some of those questions. The information I found while traveling through the Eluvians answered more. You're Fen'Harel. You're the Dread Wolf.
Well done. I was Solas first. Fen'Harel came later. An insult I took as a badge of pride. The Dread Wolf inspired hope in my friends, and fear in my enemies. Not unlike Inquisitor, I suppose. And now you know. What is the old Dalish curse? May the Dread Wolf take you?
Promises, promises.
Our legends about you are wrong. I saw the truth as we traveled the Crossroads.
You saw another story, written in desperation to give me more credit than I ever deserved.
If you had just told me.
Then you would carry the same burden I do.
I want to. Magellana Venan.
I sought to set my people free from slavery to would-be gods. I broke the chains of all who wished to join me. The false gods called me Fen'Harel, and when they finally went too far, I formed the Veil and banished them forever. Thus I freed the elven people, and in so doing, destroyed their world.
So many questions.
You said that the elven gods went too far. What did they do that made you move against them?
They killed Mythal. A crime for which an eternity of torment is the only fitting punishment.
I thought Mythal was one of the Evenuris.
She was the best of them. She cared for her people. She protected them. She was a voice of reason. And in their lust for power, they killed her.
You banished the false gods. You didn't kill them.
You met Mythal, did you not? The first of my people do not die so easily. The Evanuris are banished forever, paying the ultimate price for their misdeeds.
You love the Fade. Why would you create the Veil to hide it all away?
Because every alternative was worse.
Meaning?
Had I not created the Veil, the Evanuris would have destroyed the entire world.
The Evanuris were elven mages. How did they come to be remembered as gods?
Slowly. It started with a war. War breeds fear. Fear breeds a desire for simplicity. Good and evil, right and wrong, chains of command. After the war ended, generals became respected elders, then kings, finally gods. The Evanuris.
How did creating the Veil destroy the world?
You saw the remains of Via Dathara. The library was intrinsically tied to the Fade, and the Veil destroyed it. There were countless other marvels, all dependent on the presence of the Fade, all destroyed. Your legends are half right. We were immortal. It was not the arrival of humans that caused us to begin aging. It was me. The Veil took everything from the elves, even themselves.
That's the past. What about the future?
I lay in dark and dreaming sleep while countless wars and ages passed. I woke still weak a year before I joined you.
Hallelujah.
My people fell for what I did to strike the Evanuris down. But still, some hope remains for restoration. I will save the elven people, even if it means this world must die.
Why does this world have to die for the elves to return?
A good question, but not one I will answer.
Damn it,
You have always
Solas!
shown a thoughtfulness I respected. It would be too easy to tell you too much.
Tell me too much.
I am
Do
not
it.
Corypheus. I take no joy in this. But the return of my people means the end of yours. It is my fight. You should be more concerned about the Inquisition. Your Inquisition. In stopping the Dragon's Breath, you have prevented an invasion by Qunari forces. With luck, they will return their focus to Tevinter. That should give you a few years of relative peace.
The Qunari said the Inquisition was unknowingly working for agents of Fen'Harel.
I gave no orders.
You led us to Skyhold.
Corypheus should have died unlocking my orb. When he survived, my plans were thrown into chaos. When you survived, I saw the Inquisition as the best hope this world had of stopping him. And you needed a home. Hence, Skyhold.
You gave your orb to Corypheus.
Not directly. My agents allowed the Venatori to locate it. The orb had built up magical energy while I lay unconscious for millennia. I was not powerful enough to open it. The plan was for Corypheus to unlock it, and for the resulting explosion to kill him. Then I would claim the orb. I did not foresee a Tevinter Magister having learned the secret of effective immortality.
Thanks, I guess?
What would have happened if Corypheus had died, and you'd recovered the orb?
I would have entered the Fade using the mark you now bear. Then I would have torn down the veil. As this world burned in the raw chaos, I would have restored the world of my time. The world of the elves.
If you destroyed the veil, wouldn't the false gods be freed?
I had plans.
I never thought of you as someone who would do that, Solas.
Thank you. You must understand. I awoke in a world where the veil had blocked most people's conscious connection to the Fade. It was like walking through a world of tranquil.
We aren't even people to you.
Not at first. You showed me that I was wrong. Again. That does not make what must come next any easier.
For whatever it's worth, thanks for the castle.
For whatever it's worth, you used it well.
You control the Eluvians now?
Yes. You remember Briala from Hallam Shiral?
I do.
For a time, she controlled part of the labyrinth. One of my agents was supposed to take it from her, but he did not succeed. I had to override the magic personally. The Qunari stumbled upon this section independently. With them gone, the Eluvians are now mine.
What's wrong with the Inquisition?
You created a powerful organization, and now it suffers the inevitable fate of such.
I think we'd
Betrayal
already
and
got
corruption.
here, honestly.
It's not that simple.
Do you know how I discovered the Qunari plot? The plot I disrupted by leading them to your doorstep.
Because you...
The
your own
Qunari
agents.
spies in the Inquisition tripped over my
Yeah.
spies in the Inquisition. The Elven Guard who led you to the Qunari body? Who intercepted the servant with the Gatlock barrel? Mine.
Why bother disrupting the Qunari plot if you're going to destroy the world regardless?
You have shown me that there is value in this world, Inquisitor. I take no joy in what I must do. Until that day comes, I would see those recovering from the breach free of the Qun.
Why?
Because I am not a monster. If they must die, I would rather they die in comfort. In any event, it is done.
Hey, thanks, I guess.
I guess we owe you for that one too.
I hope it gives your people some final peace.
There's still the matter of the anchor. It's getting worse.
I know, Venan. And we are running out of time. The mark will eventually kill you. Drawing you here gave me the chance to save you. At least for now.
Solas. Varlath vir Suladin.
I wish it could, Venan. My love. I will never forget you.
Bitch, you better not. Ah!
Something must be done, but we cannot lose the Inquisition now. We stand on the brink of war with the Qunari.
Yes, because this Solas provoked them in the first place.
The Inquisition did not cause this threat. We
Oh no, I'm back in my
The
Mountie
danger posed by
outfit.
Qunari spies inside your organization.
Without our organization, none of us would be here to complain.
No one has forgotten what you have done. But Corypheus is 2 years dead.
If the Inquisition is to continue, it must do so as a legitimate organization, not a glorified mercenary band.
Inquisitor.
You know, I don't know what the mod would have done about my arm. So, probably for the best. Okay, all right. So here's the moment. Okay. We have a few different... I think our work is done. I think that's the one we want. There's like a few different, like... Okay, we could serve the divine, which is fine unless something happens to Cassandra. And then... Yeah, anyway, I think we're gonna disband. That's kind of the way we've been leading this whole time, you know? We're very worried about corruption.
You all know what this is? A writ From Divine Justinia authorizing the formation of the Inquisition. We pledge to close the breach, find those responsible, and restore order, with or without anyone's approval. We have fulfilled
Cassandra's so proud
that
of us.
pledge. And now the war is over, for most of us. It is time for our soldiers to sheathe their swords and go home. To all who served, thank you. It has been an honor. Effective immediately, the Inquisition is disbanded.
Oh! That was quite the crowd reaction. That's beautiful. I mean, it's been 2 years. He's surely written more. You kind of wanted her to toss the book over her shoulder. God, fair. Yeah. Oh, look at Vivian sashay away. Okay, in short order, the Inquisition was disbanded. Some were relieved to see the unpredictable organization dismantled. I'm like, can I... Do I move it on? Okay. Others preferred to remember the Inquisition's good works and the many lives it had saved. Those who had served returned to their former lives, knowing they had stopped a great evil from destroying the world. And hoping that the peace for which they had fought remained once the Inquisition was gone. With the dragon's breath disrupted and any hope of a swift victory dashed, the Qunari retreated back to the north. Few knew what debates were waged in Parvalin, but not long after the Exalted Council, the Qunari launched new attacks against Tevinter. Sorry, Dorian. Their aggression caught the already unstable Imperium off guard. Tevinter was soon mired in a war many feared could spread across Thedas. Thanks for the clip, Saberti. Cassandra continued her reign as Divine Victoria, working to ensure that the Inquisition's disbanding did not allow new enemies to rise. Her efforts were successful and, for a time, Southern Thedas saw peace. Hey, good for Southern Thedas! Cassandra also spent time in the Hunterhorn Mountains north of Orlais, where she worked to rebuild the Seekers. As we hoped she would do. Look at her buff arms! Oh. For a time, the new Seekers remained reclusive, showing no interest in worldly affairs and working to a purpose few outside their order could guess. Some believed that the end of the Inquisition, as it had been heralded the destruction of the fledgling College of Enchanters. Oh, as it had been heralded the end of the... Gotcha, I need to emphasize that differently. Having clashed with the Circle, the college now found itself without support against the newly elected Grand Enchanter, Vivian. Wah wah. Fortunately, Grand Enchanter Vivian grudgingly agreed not to destroy its terrified leaders as a personal favor to Divine Victoria. Thanks, Vivian. And thanks Cassandra, really. The two institutions settled into an uneasy coexistence across the South, vying for power. I mean, she looks great in this pose, though. Liliana continued to act as the Inquisition spy master in its final months as an independent organization. During this time, she shared many of her responsibilities with her most trusted agents, including Charter, Rector, and Harding. Many believed that Liliana feared what lay on the horizon and was grooming successors in anticipation of the challenges ahead. Liliana continued her romantic affair with the hero of Ferelden, even though their respective responsibilities often kept the two women apart. Woo! Shout out Quaitril the Contrary Serena from the first game. Whenever she could spare, and the Polycule, whenever she could spare the time, Liliana would join her love at a villa on the Waking Sea, the house from Liliana's childhood. And also, the rest of the Polycule join. Those days were deeply cherished, for both saw the troubles that were to come. Just little edits. Severin was also there. Alistair joined when he could, being king and all. Sera left the Inquisition with scarcely more ties than she began, disappearing back into her confused weave of favors and friends. Yeah, we have to have taken a hit to her approval at some point, because she never asked us to join the red Jennies, which can happen, which has happened in most of my other playthroughs. With frequent visits to her whittle, of course. They confirmed. Digna Sera confirmed. Cute. Cute. Perhaps most unnerving was Sera's standing offer to the Divine. When the knobs piss about with your left hand or right, call on Red Jenny to give them 2 fingers. Sure. Varric took up the role of Viscount and, with the help of his friend Hawk, shout out Tony Hawk, rebuilt Kirkwall's damaged infrastructure. He looks so tired. Under his rule, the city-state finally resumed its place as the major trade hub of the Free Marches. Hooray! Also, is that Aveline? Does she have short hair? Girl, work. He continued to ignore all the mail from both Merchants Guild and the Prince of Starhaven. Literally who? The Inquisition disbanded. The Bulls Chargers returned to taking jobs throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Very can we have an understanding when it comes to fucking Sebastian. Fighting demons and clearing out the remains of the Venatori forces, the Iron Bull did his part to restore order to Thedas. After the Inquisition disbanded, Cullen retired from active service. He went to live out his life with his dog. Yeah, that good boy. He returned to Ferelden, establishing a sanctuary for former Templars on land Divine Victoria granted to him. Yeah! Mabari! With his help, many Templars shed their lyrium addiction, and those whose minds were too far gone spent their last days in comfort. And he promised that, should his friends from the Old Inquisition ever need him, his blade would be ready. Thanks, buddy. Dorian returned to Tevinter to take his father's place in the Magisterium. Hey, I think that's Maeveris there. Hey girl, hey. As rumors flew about the Imperium's infighting, Dorian was spoken of often as a voice of resistance against corruption. That's my boy! Along with Magister Maeveris Talani, he formed a group called the Lucerni to restore and redeem Tevinter, a fight many thought hopeless. Lucerni, I don't know. Those fighting by Magister Pavis's side noted that he kept in constant communication with the Inquisitor via message crystal. Yay! Whether for vital information or for moral support, these talks seem to give Dorian the strength to continue his fight. That's my boy. After the Exalted Council, Thom Rainier, aka Blackwall, bid farewell to his friends and went to Weishaupt Fortress to pledge himself to the Grey Wardens for good. While he was rarely seen in the years that followed, some said they encountered Rainier in far-flung lands, their accounts always similar. Rainier carried out the duty of the Wardens, but always found time to help others along the way. Doing well on his path to redemption. Sometimes he served as a shield for the defenseless. Other times he spread simple cheer among children with gifts of small, carved toys. Hey. He kept carving. That's sweet. The Inquisition disbanded, Josephine made her farewells and returned to Antiva and her family. Thanks to the Inquisitor's help, the Montiliers were once again permitted to trade in Orlais. Hey, always do your companion side quests. The next few years were a busy time, as many ships with the Montilier crest were built and set sail again from Antiva's harbors. Oh, there goes the music. Soon, Ravani pirate captains with an ancient feud against Josephine's ancestors took to the seas, determined to rekindle the rivalry. Let's get him. Apart from Josephine's sister, Yvette, nearly eloping with a dashing pirate prince on one occasion, Lady Montilier took the development in stride. Oh, Yvette. Bless her heart. Cole took to the road with Meriden to find a new life and a new way to be human. That's cute. Look at him with his cute backpack, and look at her with her cute backpack, and her... What did she gotta... Was it Isabella? I wondered. We didn't let her get up. Wherever Meriden went to sing, people found old pains eased and hearts made happier, even if they didn't know why. I missed the end of that. After the events at the Winter Palace, elves left the Inquisition under mysterious circumstances, as did elven servants across Thedas. Curiouser. None could say where they went, but those who believed the Inquisitor's story about Fen'Harel wondered just how large the Dread Wolf's forces were. And what the ancient elven rebel had planned. Yeah, I was gonna say, we didn't get Isabella a ship in Dragon Age 2, but it has been a while. Surely she got her own. Lavellan sometimes came awake from dreams in which her lover watched her sadly from across an endless distance. Oils, a wolf, and our Arlic of Arm. If they were more than simple dreams, she could not say, for every time she reached for him, he vanished into nothing. Honestly, could be either dreams or literally him. Still, she searched and dreamed and waited for a way to change the Dread Wolf's heart.
My agents have found nothing. With the Eluvians, he could be anywhere.
With the Inquisition officially disbanded, we have no army, no formal alliances.
We have what we truly need.
Friendship.
We will need to be careful.
Solas knows everything about us. Who we are, how we work, our strengths and weaknesses.
Then we find people he doesn't know. We will save our friend from himself. If we can.
Hey! Anyways, yes, back to Falcon's comment of they certainly knew how to end the game. They sure did. I mean, they accidentally did it in a deal. I mean, not accidentally. They made it happen in a DLC instead of the game proper, but they sure knew how to end it. Woo! Hype, hype, hype! Yeah, for all my... So, like... Yeah, we talked a bit at the end of the main campaign that about like the fact that Trespasser flawless good shit from start to finish. Truly, I love it. I wasn't ready for how many feelings came back in that final stretch. That I got like emotional with how good that. Like from the moment you go through that first Eluvian and the like lines of Eluvian where you just like have a rapid fire, the first Eluvian that you go through where the anchor meltdown happens immediately following, everything from like that moment on is so just like it's fast paced. There's not like anything to explore. It's the most linear the game ever gets to just keep your pace running in that direction. And like the anchor meltdown happening every like minute, and yeah. I mean, this game is about compassion. This talking about, because that's the other thing is like, so the other big difference that I have not seen because I've always been at least friends with, like even in the playthroughs where I don't romance Solas, where like I'm always at 100% approval with him. We're always friends. So I've never seen it like through my own playthrough. I've only seen it on YouTube. But like the difference between the meeting with Solas when he likes or loves you is like mostly performance. Disapproval Solas doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, it is hilarious, but it's like also terrifying. It's also quite scary. Like it's like like just his performance is like so just like cold and indifferent and chilling.
That is a terrible title. What are you even thinking?
Wait, why did I just talk over? You'll never see it in a playthrough, but it's wild. Truly.
The sky churned like a rolling sea on a dark,
wait, we gotta let
stormy night.
Cassandra read her new book.
On a gaping hole that led to the arse end of nowhere. A hole that spit up many things that day. Comets, demons, and a whole lot of trouble. It's about the Inquisition.
She's so excited. Yeah, you are not people to him. He's just sleepy and gonna destroy the world. Yeah. He stayed cold.
The tavern cut the silence like it owed the carter money. In the middle, in her element, Red Jenny. She looked me up and down, mostly down. Not playing, weirdy. She said,
her Sera impression.
And dismissively eating a sandwich. Don't write that. Seriously, piss up a rope. Sera made the subtext text, which suited me fine. The court enchanter swirled into the room like a drop of beautiful poison spreading in a wineglass. She sized me up with a glance. I'm so glad you made it, my dear, she said. I am Madame de Fair, the most terrifying person you shall ever meet.
Just nailing it. Both Varric and Cassandra just nailing these impressions.
Liliana enfolded Alphonse in an embrace as warm as a serpent's kiss. I always knew I could count on your support. The Count did not feel the bite of her poisoned dart until it was too late. Even if it requires your death.
Cassandra, please, please, these impressions. I can't.
Drops of rain glistened on the griffin medallion grasped tightly in Blackwall's hand. The silverite wings of valor, they mean nothing. He flung the medal to the cold and uncaring ground. You don't know what I've done. You don't know me. So romantic.
I honestly, she nailed Blackwall. Absolutely got it. Spot on.
Cole moved like a shadow that also moved like a knife. A shadow wearing a hat where dreams came to die. It's a riddle, he whispered. A cold riddle that gnaws at your mind, but you'll feel better when it's gone. That makes as much sense as anything Cole says.
You know what, honestly, not too far off. Listen, the voice not quite right, but the cadence not bad.
Your herald above the law, ambassador. Whose law, my lady? Josephine's eyes glittered like angry opals. The law destroyed by rebellion, by civil war, by poor fiscal management. We are the law.
Her impression of Josephine was mostly just to roll her R's.
We left our mark on adamant, but the dust hadn't settled, and neither had Harding.
Nice.
I can offer you a drink, if I catch your meaning. If you'd caught my meaning, you'd have offered a double. What is even happening here?
Well, Cassandra didn't catch the meaning. Frankly, I'm not sure I did either.
The Iron Bull was a great slab of muscle with horns that could hang a tapestry.
True, and true.
One eye scanned for threats, while the other hid behind an eye patch like a chantry sister's old sins. Come on, he barked, not looking back as he entered. The dancer with the great rack comes on in 5. That is spot on, actually.
Varric similes are something else. They truly always have been and always will be.
The commander had the look of a Templar who had seen the worst of humanity, yet still had the time to style his hair. This isn't just a war, he said, his gaze steely like a dull blade. It's the only war. Cullen! That's Cullen!
She's so excited. She's like, I know him. That's my friend. Oh, she's so precious. That was just so cute. Well done, Cass.
The mage wore a class of handsome sneer cultivated by 1,000 years of Tevinter elitism. The name's Dorian. Be glad. D-O-R-I-A-N. Spell it right, you marble-headed lump, or it's toad time. A toad? That's hardly credible.
Yeah, both of you need to work on your Dorian. Both Varric in writing him and Cass in imitating him.
The bold elf spun, mage staff crackling like the city after a good man's murder. You're crazy, the Red Templar cried in terror. Moonlight glinted off ears like the knives you never see coming. Better to fade out than burn away. Ugh, Varric.
That was the correct response. Varric.
Wait, where am I? I don't... Oh, here it is. The Seeker clutched at my vest, her tears as desperate as they were pitiful. Varric, I was wrong about everything, she sobbed. Could you find it in your noble heart to forgive me? That dwarf, he put me in the book. I'm in the book. I am reading the shit out of this.
Bless her heart. I really like she gave it her all in that performance too. You could hear the tears in her eyes. To all of you who played Dragon Age Inquisition, who laughed, cried, and reached out on social media, who made fan art and comics and cosplay and jokes, thank you. Dragon Age Inquisition was a labor of love. Without you, it would never have been possible. Your support and your passion touched us deeply. Oh God, I was too slow. Anyway, thank you, we love you, blah, blah, blah. Oh, love Cass so much. Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, do I just leave? Do I just, you know what? I'll let the theme go through at least once before I exit it. I'll keep the headphones in case so I can tell if when it's gonna pop off at some point and get too loud. Yeah. There's Dragon Age Inquisition. One of my favorite games in the whole wide world. Yeah, so I feel like I want to talk about, because I talked a little bit about how, you're very welcome. Thank you for watching. It was very, very good to play it all again, so it was nice to have an excuse to do that. Yeah, I talked a bit about, I mean, leading up to it, I talked about how, like, I found the ending of the main campaign underwhelming, and then we talked a couple more details after I actually finished it, and we could do spoilers and stuff. And I guess, like, I think what, you had forgotten a bit how dramatic it is. Yeah, well, even I feel like I remembered Trespasser especially being, like, dramatic, but like I was saying earlier, I just kind of, like, was ill-prepared for how I was immediately back in it. I don't know, like, I was gripped by the drama of the Anchor meltdown, which is, like, I love so much, and it doesn't honestly happen a lot in BioWare games, because BioWare is usually, like, narrative and character over gameplay, so, like, you're usually not playing for that. But, like, I love when gameplay, when the makers and designers find a way for gameplay to tell the story. You remembered the end run being so well done, really gripping. And that is what stuck with me, as I remembered, so when I was coming in today being like, I don't know that I remember, everything that happens in this final thing. I was trying to be vague, where I was like, I know we have this final area, but also it's not a final area, it's got a few things. I fully, it's me and Mass Effect 3, I weep all the time in Mass Effect 3. It gets me multiple times, including the ending. Despite the fact that I don't like it, I don't like the ending. There is one scene at the end that still gets me, and also the music at the end gets me. So it has that going for it. It still makes me cry, regardless of my not liking it. But, like, the rest of the game gets it from me. Without that caveat, the rest of the game gets it purely. You'll finish it sometime. I believe in you. But, like, that final, when gameplay, truly, nothing out there will ever, I won't spoil it, because people should play it if they haven't, but there's a game called Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, I think is the full name, that has the most gut-wrenching use of gameplay to tell a story that I've ever experienced, and I don't think anything out there has ever matched it. But that being said, the Anchor Meltdown, just really, it's so, like, you can do a lot to, I guess I should, yes, highly recommended. My first time playing, playing quote unquote, Brothers was watching, Chromavision play it. Yeah, even then it was like a case of like Chromavision was explaining to me what happened, because there was like an actual gasp when a gameplay thing happened that obviously I didn't know about because I hadn't experienced it. But like, yeah, I don't know, that's one to talk about sometime. I've like thought about streaming it, but I was like, really, it's one that you gotta experience. Perfect example of the medium of gameplay as art. Yeah, it is truly, it gains an emotional effect that truly gameplay was the only way to do it. It it's the only time a game mechanic has made me cry is what I'll say about it. Yeah, so I like, so the fact that even in this small way that Trespasser was able to pull it off, and there's a lot of stuff they were able to do because it was a more contained, because it was a DLC and it was a more contained story. So they like, there's not a lot of like exploration. We're not exploring big areas where it's pretty linear. We're making some decisions, but like, other than the decision about what to do with the Inquisition at the end, there's not a lot going on. Most of the decisions that come to fruition in Trespasser are ones that you already made in the main campaign. You're not making a lot of new ones. I guess, yeah, the big decisions are what you do with the Inquisition, and whether or not you're like wanting to stop Solas or save Solas. And yeah, so and those are both like end game decisions, so they're not affecting that much, and so they're really able to tell a gripping story that still, because it's coming at the end of a campaign where like there's a lot of references and stuff to the decisions you've made, still feels like it's your story and still feels unique to you, but they're able to like tell a really gripping, well-paced story because of that. And it also means that they are able to, because like the Anchor Meltdown only works in this context. It only works in the context of like, of it being triggered by story events and not by like leveling up. And it is the version of it which, because like if you had the meltdown happening for a longer period of time, then it becomes like, you either it becomes frustrating or you get used to it and it's not intense anymore. So they have it for the perfect amount of time where it's that run where you are racing the whole time and you're not fighting the whole time, so you're not necessarily paying attention to it as much as you would. And it has like such a good like build up to it too, where like your hand starts to light up when it gets into the last third of your focus building, and then it's a whole like, it takes over and like pulls you up into the air. Like every other time you use the anchor, it's like you take control of it, and in this case it's like the anchor is taking control of you and like is pulling you around, and then it explodes and it like actually blasts you back as well. And like you have that happening, and like the buildup is so fast and it's like happening through that whole last section, and it just makes it so much more intense. And like I said it last time, but I can see like I thought the Inquisitor was going to die. I thought that this was what we were leading up to, was like, because they did such a good job of like convincing me like we got to get this done fast because we're not going to be alive much longer. I sobbed my eyes out. Yeah, like I thought I was upset, like I mean, like in a good way, where I was like, oh my god. And then I mean, had a little bit of hope with Solas, but was like, I don't know if he can do it. And it was like, oh no, it's been 2 years. He's like back to full power. He can save you. And it all works out. And you still, it still comes at a cost. You still, you lose the arm that the anchor was on, which is like, I know there's many reasons why I wish, that we had continued on with the Inquisitor, but one of them is it would have been cool to have an amputee protagonist for a game. But yeah, you delayed playing it because you had just had an appendectomy and figured it would hurt to be emotional. It was the right call. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, I bet. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, but like I said, in terms of stuff, coming into play and you feeling like your stuff from the rest of the game matters is again, there's not, in terms of content, there's not a lot different about your last interaction with Solas there. You learn all the same information. You can, yes, worth noting that us being your Fen'Harel is not, you only get that if you find, there's 4 codex entries that you have to find. If you don't find them, then your character doesn't get the chance to figure it out. So that was the thing I was checking for, where I was because I really wanted my Lavellan as a Solas romancer and Dalish elf to figure it out. So I was really even if we have to use guides, we're going to find these. 'Cause otherwise, yeah, you have to you basically can kind of figure it out through conversation with Solas. So it can be a lot longer conversation than we ended up being. All right, fun fact, if I remember the ending of Sly Cooper, playable character is in a wheelchair for the rest of the series, doesn't stop them from platforming. Hell yeah. Yeah, well, and yeah, that is sick. That would have been, it would have been cool to continue that out. Yeah, I don't know. I do like when series commit to that. Yeah, I don't think this counts as a spoiler because you're going to see me make them in the character creator for Veilguard. But we will see Galadriel 2 again. She doesn't, I mean, I haven't finished Veilguard, so I don't know how much she has, but she does make some appearances in Veilguard. And I remember seeing, somebody saw a screenshot of, a screenshot of somebody's Inquisitor was going around, and somebody else was oh, I guess they retconned Trespasser. They have 2 arms. And it was what are you talking about? They cannot retcon Trespasser. But it was somebody in the comments under that was oh yeah, I mean, I guess because not everybody played it. And I was if Trespasser doesn't happen if you don't play it, then the Inquisitor is dead. Trespasser has to happen for the Inquisitor to still be alive in Veilguard. And then it's did you play Trespasser? Anyway, but the other funny thing is it's clear you just look at it's very clearly you can see listen, yes, I was also the arm is obviously fake. It's listen, they are they do have longer sleeves. It's clearly a wooden arm though. What you can see of the arm is clearly wooden. It is a prosthetic. So there's that. Yeah, until you took a closer look at the computer. Yeah, fine in a screenshot, you're not looking that closely. Maybe your skin tone is close to the wood tone as well. Stuff like that. But it fully has wood grain in it. So once you get a look at it. So if my instinct was, oh, they've retconned Trespasser, that would horrify me so much that I would be that can't possibly be true, and I would look closer at it and then see it, but yeah, at the very least, look, I'd be unhappy about it if they found a way to magically regrow the Inquisitor's arm, because I the answer is not that they retconned Trespasser. If their arm was back, then there was some other explanation, because that it was just the wildest first thing to jump to, is that they retconned Trespasser, especially when Trespasser is so clearly made specifically to be a lead-in to Veilguard. Yeah, I guess the other like minor spoiler, Veilguard was originally called Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Like that's how much Trespasser was leading into it. Wait, you realized you think you had that wrong. It's the ending of Sly 2, which you haven't streamed yet, but 3 and the rest is all wheelchair. Okay, cool. I guess I was like, I didn't remember, but I was like, it has been a while since you streamed it, so maybe I just forgot. But that would make extra sense if it wasn't the one, if it's the one you haven't streamed yet. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I'm streamer brain's getting me a little, but like I have so many thoughts on the way. Oh yeah, because I was talking about like, again, the content of that last conversation with Solas in terms of like information you receive, in terms of like amount of dialogue and stuff like that, isn't that different if with a low approval Solas, but like you have a completely different performance. And like the way so Solas like magically removing your arm, which like he doesn't really remove it. Like he like does something to it to nullify the anchor, and then that seems to destroy your arm, and I'm like, it cuts away soon enough that I'm like, do I catch it disappearing a bit at the end, like it is like turning to dust, it's been Thanos snapped, or is like it just a dead arm now and we got it amputated when we got back. Either way, yeah, there's like it's crumbling away. Okay, I thought I saw it getting Thanos snapped. But like, yeah, obviously we saw the romance version where like he goes in and does it with a kiss, so completely different. But like he's very, with a high approval character, he's not romancing. He's still like, he's very gentle. He takes the arm and removes it, and it's like still a gentle moment, versus like when he doesn't like you and he just kind of yanks it. Like it's kind of funny, but it's like also terrifying because it's like, oh no, he really doesn't think that anybody is people. I mean, this is bad, this is so bad. But yeah, because you have the whole thing of like, you can even, okay, so you have the you change everything line is like, I guess, explaining Solas. I'm sure you all figured it out. That Inquisitor deserves it, to be honest. You have to be an asshole the whole time. You know? You really, I don't know. Anyway, it's like, also I forgot that that if you like tell him that you can't, like, you would never have thought he could do something like this, he says thank you. Ugh. Anyway. So anyway, I just, yeah, you have to be an asshole and show 0% curiosity about anything. Like, because he just, for him to like, so I don't know, the things that, because we have a lot of questions at the end of the game when it's revealed to us, but not our character, that he is the Dread Wolf and that he gave Corypheus the orb. You're like, why any of this? What's going on? So like in the Trespasser DLC, learning that he created the veil and that, you know, putting together and then him confirming that like he wanted to use the orb to try being a jerk Inquisitor. You had to quit. The reactions were so mean it made you sad. Man, you know what? Heroic attempt, truly, to have done that, because I have not. But you know, I gotta see all the endings, so I've looked up a lot of stuff on YouTube, and I think the one that would fuck me up the most is Cole leaving. Yeah, you're just such a bad person that Cole is like, I can't be around for this, and then he makes you forget about him. Which, like, damn. I wish there was a way. I wish there was like a game mechanic consequence for you like forgetting about Cole, because like that's so, it's like, it's fucked, but like only you as the player are left with that knowledge. Your Inquisitor doesn't remember Cole. Awful. Yeah, we all know how the ranking of favorite characters goes, and how it directly aligns with how nice they are to Cole. I would be my own least favorite character in that version. He's literally a spirit of compassion. Yeah, so like this game being about compassion and being about like, if he doesn't like you, you suck. Yeah, he will go out of his way to like people, you know? There's like 2 people he doesn't like, a terrible Inquisitor in a bad Inquisitor, in a mean jerk Inquisitor playthrough, and the guy who literally killed him. You gotta do the most. Oh, yeah. It's also why he's like the only other character who is like, we have to help Solas because we have to help Solas. And yeah, it's just, I mean, I guess I'll have even more things to say once we're playing Veilguard. And once I've finished Veilguard, surely I will have more to say. But like, because there's even some stuff there's a lot of stuff we learn in Veilguard that like, that provides even more context and like makes things make even more sense that already made sense. But like, yeah. Though apparently if you're Catherine, you already figured out the big ones. But I didn't figure it out. I went, whoa, no, really? I can claim having figured out that Solas was the Dread Wolf before it was revealed. I cannot claim the other big reveal. You were deep in the lore after Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah, you know, fair enough. Totally obsessed. It's good lore. Yeah, it's cool shit, cool world. And with Solas being a character I love so much, who is so deeply tied to the lore as well, gives you another like attachment to it. Yeah, because I've been interested in Elven lore and like hoping to see it explored more since like the first game, where you don't get a lot of Elven lore. You get it kind of in passing a little bit when you interact with Dalish Elf, but you read all the translations of Elvish from the games. Yeah, I did some and still didn't figure it out. But yeah. But yeah, where like Trespasser, as much as people had figured out. Yeah, well, and people have done a pretty good job. I saw a post from like 9 years ago, because I was looking for like if anyone had translated what the Nightmare Demon says to Solas in the Fade, and it was such a good thread to read now, knowing what I know, because like some people had like. There were debates about what words translate as what, and some like being like, I think in the context it may translate as this word versus this word. And then somebody else had posted like last year, had done a post on it that was like, you must feel so fucking good about yourself now, because absolutely the person who had like who offered an alternate translation to some of the words was dead on. With what we know from Veilguard, they absolutely, I feel like, considered the context properly. I should find it. I should track it down for you. And certainly maybe it's a thread that I will read, maybe track down and read when I do Veilguard, which the plan is to do Veilguard, but not right away, because like I said, I got to finish my first playthrough first. And then it probably have enough, probably did. Yeah, you probably did. Yeah, I mean, it was a thread that was like from 9 years ago or 8 years ago. Anyway, it was an older thread. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, that like not only have to finish Veilguard, but also give enough space between finishing it that I'm ready to do another playthrough. And maybe I will be ready to do one right away. Sometimes that happens. Certainly that has happened with other BioWare games where I'm like ready to do it again, but like, will that feel different when it's streaming? I don't know. Anyway, so we'll see. But it is on the list of things that I would like to stream. But yeah, because it's like, yeah, I was talking about the good Inquisition. What Inquisition has that I love so much, beyond just like such fucking good music and great characters. Listen, some of them I don't love or are indifferent to, but the ones I love so fucking much. It's like, this game has Varric, Cassandra, Solas, and Cole in it. Those are all my ride or dies. And I really like Iron Bull, and I really like Blackwall, and Sera, I like most of the time, and then has her moments where I don't like her. And then Vivian, I feel like, Vivian I like, but she just never quite made it. She just never quite made it above that for me. You know, she had a really sick introduction, and I was ready to love her, and then it turned out that her introduction was the highlight, and that was too bad. But in general, yeah, just adore so many characters. I adore, it's like, I really like Josephine as well. I really like Leliana, but she, recurring character. Love me some Cullen. She and Sera are both static characters that just don't work for you. Yeah, I think that's how I feel too. And I do work to get on their good side. Maybe I need to take them out with me more or something. But there's ample room, I feel like, for me to, it's not a case of like I didn't like them so I didn't hang out with them or get to know them. There's definitely some characters where it's like you need to work through their walls and stuff. And you like some static characters. Yeah, it's not inherently bad to not have character growth. For me with Vivian, it just didn't do anything for me. There wasn't anything interesting about her staticness, and for Sera it was actively frustrating, but it is possible to have static characters that are cool and good and we like them. Sometimes you're just a murder bot there to be funny. Yeah, great example. I was trying to think of, I'm like, I know I have examples. Yeah, but that's a great example. Speaking of BioWare characters, what is he, HK-47? I want to say AK-47, and I was like, that's not right. Yeah, HK-47. Okay, I was just double checking that. But like, yeah, but I even think there are characters where like the staticness is the point, and it's its own flavor, like it's its own kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm like trying to think of an example of that, and it's not, no one's coming to me, but they're out there. I'll just shout it when it comes to my mind. Yeah, but okay, what was this? Get rid of these that I've read. Oh yeah, I was going to, okay, maybe I will briefly jump over for a second to show a few things so when I jumped to my human playthrough to show you guys the difference between the Crossroads and the Crossroads when you're not a non-elf versus when you're an elf. And while I was over there, I was like, I found a few random bonus things that I can show you from a different playthrough. Not a lot, because I was obviously quite far into Trespasser with this character. Yeah, so this is it's crossed out because this is from Trespasser, so you can't you don't have Solas with you anymore. But this is the Solas card if you haven't romanced him. So you have, which my first playthrough I hadn't. So it was still, that was also possibly helping me with my Dread Wolf theory. So there's that. Cool. And then here's the version, if only Alistair is king, of the one dispatch that he sends to Teagan. So before I was like, Nora absolutely wrote that. It was so formal and like bound Teagan, and then it had the little note from Alistair at the bottom, and it was very cute. But this is if only Alistair is king. Says, Uncle Teagan, much less formal. I read your first letter. Trust or lay to put up a fight about this now. You've been there before, so I'm not telling you anything new. Send a messenger if you need anything. I'll send someone straight away. Regards, King Alistair of Ferelden. Someone, presumably His Majesty, has drawn a stick figure weighed down by an oversized crown at the bottom of the page. So I just thought that was fun too. I'd be like, oh yeah, you should... poor Alistair. He was so reluctant to marry Nora, but I think it's best for him as king. He needs someone else there. Share the load. But yeah. But yeah, what was I saying? Okay, so gosh, what had I talked about? So the big, they're probably quite the power. Honestly, yes, they're like the ideal situation where like she's the like book smarts, understands how politics works, is very politically savvy, not like naive. And that's not to say that Alistair is naive, but he's certainly, I think, has like more hope. And he might be, naive isn't the right word, but like he lacks that same political savvy that Honora has. So like he's more, I think, more likely to take someone at their word, or at the very least just not know if he should be taking someone at their word, just like having no idea. He was not really raised as a noble, exactly. He had spent his childhood as a noble and then was very quickly, the years where he would perhaps have been gaining that savvy were spent in the Chantry instead. So yeah, but then he also, he has like the battle experience. He has like, that love of the people. He's like got just a good practical head on his shoulders where he like doesn't really want power but does want what's best for everybody, and is just like a good dude. You know, so just like between the two of them, they are like kind of the perfect rulers. It is a truly ideal scenario. He's kind and charismatic. That's the other thing, is him being charismatic. Yes, and Nora is more politically savvy and is like gonna work better with, say, Orlais, where like that kind of savviness is very very integral. But like Alistair is very charming, and I even think in an Orlais situation, as long as he had like a Nora there to rein him in when it was necessary, when he went too far, I do think they would find him like quaint. You know, they would be charmed by him as well, in his quaint Ferelden ways. And you know the people love him. But yeah. Anyway, but like, yeah, so what I love about Inquisition, other than its music, other than its so many characters that I love, I think it has some just like very good oh shit moments. Like the amount of times that I was like, oh fuck, were great. Elysians would probably think he's dumb and he would let them. Yes, that's the other thing. He is smarter than he comes across, because he is smart. He is a smart guy. He is, but yeah. And I think that you are right that in the game would help him, because he would be underestimated. There's another funny message from Alistair that you remember from From the war table. Yeah, there's a few good ones. Because there's the one, because when he has to go, like, because he goes to Orlais for some reason and we help back him up there. And he's like, this is a nightmare. I hate everything about it. I hate going to Orlais. I hate talking to these people. And you're like, so honest, Alistair. And in that moment, I was like, why didn't you go? Why didn't you send Honora or at least take her with you? I guess one of them has to stay in Ferelden. I guess that makes sense if you have two rulers for one of them to stay in Ferelden. But yeah, Morgan, he is smart. But like Morgan also underestimates him in that regard, you know? It's but yeah, so and he doesn't like leading, so him being like the hype man for Honora's policies is like a great role for him, you know? But also he would like, I think, be able to, because I mean, I guess we don't know a whole lot about Honora. We get told how she was, like, she basically ruled on Kaelin's behalf, and that and she comes across as somebody who was very, very practical and very, very like maybe not ruthlessly pragmatic, but kind of ruthlessly pragmatic. Like a lot of what people call her like betrayal of the warden, of the hero of Ferelden, when she is like, they were captured, when you rescue her and she's like, and we're like, hey, we were just rescuing Honora. If you like throw her under the bus and go like, hey, we were here to rescue Honora because you captured her, and she's like, no, not even, they're kidnapping me, because we're not supposed to have, like, we put her in danger by doing that, and like, you can treat it as a betrayal, and some people do feel like it's a betrayal. Supper Bell, awesome, thank you so much, Rosale Play. Yeah, you can like very much take it as a betrayal if you want to, and people have like talked about it before, but like, nah, she just had to not, she like, what was she gonna do? She was gonna die basically, or end up back in prison. So she just being a little ruthlessly pragmatic there, and you know, that's how it goes sometimes. But anyway, but I think like that's like, you sometimes have to have that instinct to make like the hard choices when you are in power. But then Alistair is there to like temper that a bit and like and be like, well, okay, but we don't, like, what are our other options? What are the more compassionate options? Compassion, all that stuff. Your Serena was like, WTF, but your Kuzla didn't even say it. Yeah, because she promised she wouldn't, but she would have understood if she had. Yeah, I had somebody who was like, what the fuck? I had someone who I played it as like, what the fuck, you betrayed us. I had someone who played it as like, oh fuck, this sucks, but I get it. And then I had somebody who, I think most of my other ones have just not said anything and like, cause yeah, promised not to. Yeah. And same with like her trying to be queen. So like, this didn't happen for us cause we had her marry Alistair, but like, you can get her to like promise to back Alistair and to back you in the Landsmeet, but she won't. I don't think there's any situation in which she backs Alistair when she's not. Right? When she, like, if she's not part of the plan to become a royal. Maybe I'm misremembering that now. Maybe I just so often, it's been so long. But yeah. But it was also like, I feel like she kind of tells you that's how it's going to be. Like, this is, yeah, anyway. The point is, Honora has very practical and pragmatic, which are good things, but it is sometimes at the expense of others, and that is where Alistair would be helpful as somebody who, at the reverse, puts others before himself, sometimes to his detriment. And so I think they would balance each other out nicely. But yeah. Anyway, big oh shit moments in Inquisition where like we talk about Haven and how good Haven is. I think she doesn't straight up say it, but it's clear she is not happy. Yeah. It's a case where it's like, I don't know that she explicitly breaks any promises or makes any promises that she breaks by doing that, but just kind of lets you assume that she's on your side. But she is clearly not happy about it. I want to say that's right. Yurkuzlan was annoyed with her about that, and that's fair. To be clear, I don't think you're wrong to be like mad at her or upset with her about that as a player or as like a role player playing the character. Yeah, think of the greater good. Exactly. I think, yeah, that is a very much a moment of Honora looking out for Honora and maybe a little bit looking out for Loghain. But like, it doesn't make me hate Honora. I still like Honora, and I still think she's a good queen. Even if I think she made the wrong choice there. But yeah. You think she wants to save her father, which is fair. Yeah, because there's like no scenario where she's not queen where her father gets out of that alive. And like, even though he sucks, and she knows that he sucks, he's still her dad. She does still love him. He was, sounds like a good dad to her up until this point where he like kind of lost it. But yeah. And like, I think she knows he sucks, which is why she knows that the only chance of saving him is for her to be queen. And a hero previously. Yeah. He did good things before he let fear and prejudice get the best of him. You know? Anyway, read The Stolen Throne. Is that what it's called? The first Dragon Age book? For more insight into why Loghain's the way he is and what he was like when he was a hero. But yeah, anyway, love these games, love this. There was part of me that wanted to do like book club, I just read y'all Asunder, but then I was like, mainly what I want you all to, because Asunder's good, but mainly what I want y'all to experience is Cole's arc in Asunder. And like, because I just like, that's the other thing I really appreciate about Inquisition and like Trick Week's writing of Cole specifically is that like, they pick up from where, like, Cole has a good, complete arc in Asunder, and then Inquisition picks up and, like, carries that arc to, like, okay, so what is the next step? What's, like, after you've experienced, like, a big revelation? Yeah. Because Cole spends most of the book of Asunder not knowing that he's a spirit. He spends most of that book not knowing what he is. I can hear cat stuff happening outside. Sorry, I was eavesdropping. I don't think you guys can hear it, but I was eavesdropping on cat stuff. I'm out of focus. What's that about? For it is also yelling, so fitting. Well, it's like what I hear is Chromavision going, it's okay, Beatty. So what I suspect is that we're having a Karma Beatty trying to get exposure practice. You're not enough for her, apparently. Oh, well, I should probably go eat. I should probably go to bed because I do have a table read tomorrow. So got to get up and do that. Yeah, so it might be a bit before this VOD comes up. I'll still try to have it up by like tomorrow evening, maybe, but usually I have it up by morning on the Friday. So that will probably not happen in this case. Sorry. But yeah, I just love this game so much and this series so much. And like, I think Trespasser, yeah, because like every complaint I had about the end of Inquisition's main campaign, which is like they do such a good job with Haven of building up Corypheus as a big bad, and he's scary. His design rules, his voice is all boomy and creepy, which honestly he has a very different voice in the Legacy DLC where he's introduced. He has like an old man voice, which also would have been a different flavor of creepy, but also would have been creepy if they'd kept up. But like, I do love an impossibly deep voice. I always forget that too. Truly, I forgot that like so much that when I went to go make my previously on and grab footage from Legacy, he started talking and I went, wow. Again, not because it's bad. I just was so not ready for it because I was at that point so used to deep voice, booming voice Corypheus. But yeah, anyway, he's set up. Haven is so devastating and scary and like fun. Dragon Age Inquisition, he has a should have hired Tony Todd voice. Yes, rest in peace, Tony Todd. Ooh, yeah, that would have also been sick. Hey, the one they got also was pretty sick, but yeah, that would have been fucking sick. Yeah. So. But then where things drag in the last half, like I do really enjoy Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts. I do really enjoy the Siege of Adamant Fortress, which I forget what it's called. Something. Like I do enjoy those missions quite a lot. You could be wrong, but you think his voice has been altered. I also suspect that. I feel like it has been deepened. It gives me the same, like, I get the same vibe from it, just maybe not quite as effective, but I get the same vibe from it that I get from, oh no, this is a spoiler, because I'm going to play Mass Effect. The secret main antagonist of Mass Effect, the first Mass Effect game, when you finally talk to them, yeah, it's got that effect. But yeah, that's why you're like, just hire Tony Todd. Yeah, super fair. So there's like, I like the missions in the back half of Inquisition. Well, I guess it's more than half of the game is after the attack on Haven, but like nothing quite hits the way In Hushed Whispers does. Nothing quite hits even the way that Champions of the Just does, which is the alternate, that's the Templar version of In Hushed Whispers, because both of those set up such good oh shit, we're really fucked. In Hushed Whispers more, but Champions of the Just also does a fairly good job with it. And then you remember when first Layers of Fear was great, but the voice acting was not, and then you play the second game and there's Tony Todd. What an upgrade! Truly, God, I should stream those games. I love those games. Yeah, and fucking correct. But yeah, so like you're on board. Yeah, what I think is like lacking, because then so nothing hits quite like In Hushed Whispers or even Champions of the Just. Nothing hits like Haven, which is like your Night of the Soul, everybody's fucked, you almost die, like the reveal of Corypheus, which is so good. The scene where Corypheus is like properly revealed to you as the Inquisitor, not like you have the first reveal to us where we go, oh shit, is that Corypheus? And then the proper reveal where he's like, yes, this is Corypheus. And he comes out of the fire is such a good scene. It's so good. It's so intense. And you're all by yourself, which like never happens in these games where you're facing something alone, and it's scary, and like it's a great scene, and the music fucking rules. The Elder One's theme is so fucking good, and that's just so intense. And then you have the like traipse through the blizzard afterwards, and then you have the like singing at camp, and it just like it's such a good like moment. And then you have the journey to Skyhold, and all that happens in such an intense way where it's like, okay, here's our hope, here's how we're gonna keep going forward right after like the devastation of losing Haven, which we spent a good amount of time in, and like getting like to know it in a lot of way, where like a mini version of that would also have been good, like this is a tangent. I won't get into this, but Catherine Saberni and I were talking about, I was saying that I want to like talk about the beginning of Dragon Age 2 and how I feel they could have made some of that hit harder, because I love Dragon Age 2. I'm a big Dragon Age 2 defender. But the opening doesn't hit as hard as it should, in my opinion. But anyway, when what happens after that is you get to Skyhold and you get really like, we're not going to let that happen again. We're not going to let anything bad happen to our people again. And we're going to fucking get Corypheus. We now know who we're facing. It's going to be, we're going to get him. And then we do, you know, like at no point, the missions themselves have like, ooh, like, are we going to complete this mission? But like, we never, we stop the bad, Orlesian turmoil, civil war stuff. We stop that. We stop the demon army from forming. We stop him from getting the Well of Sorrows. And then he throws a tantrum and we kill him. So it just, for me, we lose a bit of that like momentum and scare. Like Corypheus doesn't really reach that. He doesn't do shit the rest of the game. He doesn't really reach the level of threat. He comes out so strong on the Assault on Haven, and he never really reaches that level of like, I'm never scared of him again. There's a good moment for like half a second in at the Temple of Mythal when he shows up, because we're like, oh shit, there he is, and then it's like a good moment when he respawns. But the thing is, we already knew that he respawned because we played Dragon Age 2 and the Legacy DLC, but also because Varric has told us, and it's like, I guess it's confirmation that happens and how he does it, but like, it's not new information, so it's not as big of an oh shit moment as it could have been. And I feel like him showing up there would have been a bigger deal if he had like fucked something for us. So I'm not saying we should have failed either Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts or I can't remember the name of it. But the Adamant Fortress mission. I'm not saying we should have failed either of those missions, but for like, here lies the abyss. Thank you. I just feel like something needed to go badly wrong. Like we needed to succeed at a cost, and you can succeed with no cost in both of those, with the exception in Here Lies the Abyss of Stroud or Hawk dying. But what that cost is may not, like, that cost doesn't necessarily mean much to the player. Obviously, like, Stroud's a solid dude. I like him fine, but like, we don't know him that well. I'm not moved by his death really. Would be devastated to lose my Hawk there, but like, for somebody playing Inquisition, as many did, without having played the other games, it's the only thing that would make them sad about that is, oh no, we've gotten Varric's best friend killed. Which is why, so there's, yeah, exactly. Whereas Hawk is like, oh no, that's, so for somebody who doesn't have the same attachment to Hawk that I have, that's the only place where they're going to get hit is with Varric's grief over Hawk. So there's that. But when it comes to like making the decision in the moment, my problem with it versus like, no spoilers, I'll just call it what the fans call it, which is like, the Vermeer decision in Mass Effect is like, it feels like they were trying to do that, but the problem is that this decision doesn't mean anything to, it doesn't mean to the best case scenario, that decision still doesn't mean anything to my Inquisitor, or it doesn't mean the same thing to my Inquisitor that it does to me. So the version that would actually be hard for me is if you did not make Alistair king. If he is a Grey Warden, then it is him instead of Stroud. So you are choosing between Alistair and Hawk. And that would be a hard decision for me. But my Inquisitor doesn't know Alistair and doesn't know Hawk. that decision she's making is, oh, do I make Leliana sad or do I make Varric sad? You know, like it's more forced situation and it's emotionally manipulative for the player and not the character. Yes, exactly. So like, it's not, for all my praise I will heap on the writing for Inquisition, I do not like that decision because it doesn't mean the same thing to the Inquisitor as it does to the player. And I think for it to hit, it needs to mean that to the Inquisitor as well. And for somebody who's the Inquisition is their first Dragon Age game, it's not going to mean much to them either. They're going to they will, I am sure that they are enjoying Alistair, because how do you not? But like, he's not in it much and Hawke's not in it much. So like, you might be like, oh, that's too bad, and feel bad about it. But like, you're not going to have the devastation I would feel if Hawke or Alistair died. Like, yeah. So that's my like, there. It also means I'm never keeping Alistair as a warden, I guess. When this came out and I found that out, I had a playthrough going where I was playing as a mage who I was like, my plan here is to remain a warden with Alistair. And I was like, fuck. I haven't finished that playthrough. I don't have to commit to this. And I think I will. And I'm going to have a sad playthrough where I commit to a Hawke dying because I can't kill Alistair. But, you know, and then I guess I can have the sad Varric scenes. Because at least then I get sad Varric scenes, you know. I feel like I wouldn't get enough characters mourning Alistair, you know. Sorry, Hawke, Alistair is number 2 of the series for you. Truly. Alistair is, an all-timer, top-tier character for me. Anything really. Gesture to my Alistair romance kit that Chromavision and Rosale Play got me for Christmas one year. Shout out. But yeah. So, okay. So there's that. So that's the only like thing we have to sacrifice in order to succeed in any of these missions. So like, if we lost something that like made Skyhold more vulnerable or something, because the original plan for Inquisition, and I think this is glaringly obvious, that this was the original plan. And when it was confirmed later, I was like, yes, of course. But the original plan was kind of for there to be a Haven 2.0 with Skyhold and like a direct attack on Skyhold. And the cosmetic, the quests you do to make cosmetic changes to Skyhold, not like the banners and stuff, but like whether you focus on like training military or having like hospital areas, or if you have a mage or a Templar area, or like the mage's tower versus like those decisions that turn out to be completely aesthetic, we're supposed to kind of go to, kind of similar to like Vigil's Keep in Awakening, go towards, yes, there, you, again, why, I don't need to talk, you'll talk, we're saying the same things, but yeah, like, Vigil's Keep in Awakening, where like, your preparedness of your base is going to affect the outcome at the end, so even if we, so that's like the reverse. So like, so originally that was the intent. It was there to be an attack on Skyhold, and how many people survive and all that stuff. Like you would have them actually fighting back at Skyhold instead of fleeing, and how well that goes depends on how prepared you were. And like, it would clearly be not quite the same as Haven, where it was like our only option is to run and it's devastating. It's like, okay, now we're taking a final stand and it's still gonna be fucked, but we're making a final stand. And then you kill Corypheus in that setting. Like the idea of having that battle take place. You wondered why Corypheus didn't threaten Skyhold. Yeah, that was the original plan. They, I can't remember what happened in terms of like, it was something to do with the development cycle and money and time running out because of other fuckery that was happening. But like, yeah, that was the original plan, and you can feel it because the bones of that are still there now, just as cosmetic upgrades. And like, and certainly you feel that in the like you getting a surprise attack from Corypheus still at the end, where like you are preparing to like figure out, let's get to his base, we're on a roll, let's fuck him up and get to his base, and then the breach opens. And so that's like a little bit of that surprise attack still remaining. It's just the attack is over by the breach, so you go to him rather than the other way around. So there's a version where you have the ending the way it is, but something goes awry to like keep Corypheus feeling like a big threat in the missions leading up to it. Maybe if not Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts are there, Here Lies the Abyss. If not those, then like at the Temple of Mythal, he like when he shows up, it fucks with you. But I would prefer it happening earlier, so that when he shows up at the Temple of Mythal, it's an oh shit moment, and then you can kind of have the ending be the way it was. Not ideal, but like at least you're going into it with him still feeling like a threat. But the reverse of that is if you're fucking nailing it throughout, then having him come to Skyhold and like letting us get complacent being the point could have worked as well. So in a version where Corypheus attacks Skyhold and we have Haven 2.0 happening, and we're taken by surprise, our army is still, because that's the thing, right, is our army, that's the other clear setup there for us being more fucked than we should have been, is our army is still in the Arbor Wilds. In the way it is in the game right now, it's like, oh shit, we can't send anybody with the Inquisitor, and that's too bad. But I wasn't worried. I'm over-leveled. And we've been kicking everybody's ass, so it's fine. But in a version where it's like, oh shit, their army is here and we don't have an army, or even a version of Corypheus himself is here with his dragon and we don't have an army, is like, that Skyhold is the most vulnerable it could be, even if you've prepared everything. So like, yeah, so there's a version where like in that ending, with the original idea for the ending, where like Corypheus doesn't have to feel like a threat in the back half of the game, because that complacency is by design. We are feeling the same complacency that that the Inquisition starts to feel, where we're like we're stacking up W's, we're everybody loves us, we're the Inquisitor, we're doing great, everybody's filled with so much hope. Haven should have destroyed us, but it didn't. We came back stronger and better than ever. And then have that be crushed. Like that's the way to make Haven 2.0 feel not redundant, but like an escalation of what had happened earlier in the game. So I do very much mourn, because Haven is so good. Everything about Haven is so good. That whole quest is great. The music's excellent. The like feeling of helplessness and desperation is there. You are feeling it along with your Inquisitor. It's like, for that to have been able to also be the case for the finale would have been great. Would have been like, I mourn the loss of that, because I think with that original plan they could have done it, with like getting us like into the same headspace as our Inquisitor. As it is, our Inquisitor is more like concerned about what is happening than we are, and even then I'm like, are you that concerned? Only Cullen's concerned. Cullen's the only one who's like, I don't have an army to send with you, I'm sorry. And you're like, them's the breaks. Let's go kick some ass. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing there. So what is lovely about having like Trespasser is like not a do-over per se, but like Corypheus is gone. We have the fate of the Inquisition is now like in our hands, and it's a more political issue, so that's like an interesting twist on what we've been worrying about so far. And then we have like secret spy stuff, a more linear storyline, all that stuff. But what they do there is with the like bringing it back to the anchor meltdown, and the problems with the anchor is suddenly we have a like everything is just very personal in Trespasser, and so you feel it along with them. It's like the difference between how I felt about Corypheus as a threat versus being convinced that my Inquisitor was going to die in Trespasser. that this was our last quest to get before the Inquisitor dies, is just huge difference. Huge, like, yeah. The final fight is fun. It's not too, it's like a cool enemy, and also not too, it's doing interesting stuff, and doesn't kill the momentum leading up to, because there's a world where they didn't need a final fight, where you're just running through and killing mooks and then going to, the final boss has a conversation instead of a fight. Because it's like I guess the final boss for fight wise is the like Sera boss that you fight, but like it's not, that's not the climax. The climax is not the boss fight. The climax is the boss fight that is a conversation, which is great, which is very cool, which is sick. Love that. Anyway, I could talk about this forever. I feel like those are my main thoughts I got out. I could probably talk about it more when I start streaming Dragon Age stuff again, or like when I start, because the plan is to at some point in the near future do Mass Effect. So I will probably talk, because I think there's a lot of like, obviously Mass Effect and Dragon Age, very different, but also like same heart, if that makes sense, as both being BioWare games, both being like their original worlds, and the thing I love about both being like story characters, all that kind of stuff. So it'll probably, Dragon Age will come up a lot in that playthrough as well, so I can have my other thoughts there. Anyway, we're almost, we're starting to close in on 4 hours. It's after 10. I should go to bed and eat. That was about the right length of game left for me to have some thoughts and feelings, and it's very cool. I'm glad I got to show off the different Crossroads, because that is also another thing that I think is very cool about Trespasser. I thought about tracking down, but like, if you're curious, go look up low approval Solas Trespasser ending, because it's wild. It's so different. Oh yeah, because I could talk more about I think Saberni has a tag on what was one of our Tumblr blogs back in the day for Inquisition, but I think like specifically for moments in Inquisition where compassion is featured, is like, I think your take was like the game where kindness matters, and like I think that is one of the things, because I'm a sucker for like thematic consistency. Thematic consistency is very important to me, and I also love like a good theme that I can get behind it, like a theme that resonates with me emotionally. And I think one of the main themes of like the character arcs in Inquisition is kindness and compassion, and like the difference that makes. It is a game where you are over and over again rewarded for being compassionate. Not that like it never comes back to bite you in the ass, but at the end of the day, it's always like, even when it does, it was worth it kind of deal. And I think I don't think it's an accident that like Solas and Cole are my favorite characters from Inquisition, and they are, I think, the characters that embody that theme the most. Cole obviously being as a spirit of compassion, but like, just in terms of both their behavior and both the way that you can influence their arcs, and then for Solas, it's where like your kindness and your compassion, not just to Solas, but to the people around you, is like what convinces him that you are people. And like the idea that he came back and saw a world where we were severed from the Fade, and he says it, where it's like, you all seem like, he came back to a world of tranquil. And so he sees us the way we see the tranquil, which there is an interesting conversation to be had there about the treatment and kind of inherent ableism in the way that tranquil are talked about and considered in this world, that I think that kind of makes us consider as well, where it's like, well, if Solas doesn't think we're people, and that's, oh, maybe I should rethink what my definition of personhood is. And I always felt that way about the Tranquil. And they do go out of their way. There's the Tranquil character. I don't know. They go out of their way to have at least, I say not out of their way. They could go more out of their way, but they do have like a couple Tranquil characters who like you can talk to and like get to know a little better. And like take actions where you're like, I feel like Tranquil are people actually. Even if this is like a really like horrific fate, it's like yeah, yes, thank you. That was the other thing I wanted to. God, I'm never gonna sign off. It's like he's trying to do what we did in Hushed Whispers. Yes, so that is why I'm like, it's buck wild that In Hushed Whispers is an optional quest, not just because it's my favorite quest in the whole series. But because and what Cass discovers about the Tranquil, exactly, yes, that there's but like buck wild to me that In Hushed Whispers is an optional quest because it is a mini version of what Solas is trying to do, and I think that quest helps you understand what Solas is trying to do. And Laeliana is us. In Hushed Whispers, Laeliana is the one who is like, this is real. This is what's going on. This has happened. We are alive and living and like experienced this. And like, it's bad enough for everybody there that they're on board with us rewriting the last year. But like she's the one who is us being like, hey, we're actually real and this isn't all just a wash. Like, if you wipe this out, there's something to wipe out. People all, wow, he's so evil, and you're like, we did the same thing. Yeah, and like, listen, there is a difference. The amount that Solas is erasing is different than the amount that we're erasing. But then it becomes the question of like, okay, so how far in the future? Like, what if we hadn't woken up in a year? What if we had woken up in 100 years and the world is starting to rebuild, and it's a weird world where the breach has taken over and there was a demon army and the apocalypse happened, but there's been enough time passing that things are starting to. Like generations have, or at least one generation has like happened, and like, yeah, what becomes the situation then? Could you still, if In Hushed Whispers took place 100, 200, 300 years in the future instead of just 1 year, could you erase those years? Would you feel that way? And so it's like, where's the line there? And like, I don't think, I think the answer to that is like, no, you probably shouldn't. But I think it's a question worth asking yourself, because you're like, ooh, but maybe I would still, because all my loved ones and all the terrible things that, like, to me, this world is actively worse and I need to fix it. And in a case where like Solas, where he feels directly responsible. So that's why, so him falling in love with you, or even in the other version where he's not falling in love with you, but he loves you still, you are his friend. Also, it's not that much time to him. Yes, he was asleep, so he did the thing, and then he hung out in the Fade a bit, I think. But like, he woke up and the world was bad. It was basically the same as our time travel experience. Just he slept instead of Tim, and he's immortal, sure. But I'm saying that, like, yeah, it's he similar to us is like the way things were is a recent memory for him. Yeah. He lived in a time where some spell took, I know, that's true. We did find the thing that's like, and then after 100 years of doing this, and you're like, no, wait, I don't have that much time. So like him becoming friends with you or falling in love with you is like, you do change everything, even if he doesn't tell that to you because he's in love with you. He just, so like the end of Masked Empire, he kills Felison. Sorry, spoilers for Masked Empire. Because Felison he references it in the ending here where Solas is like, I had an agent who was supposed to get the controls for the Eluvian from Briala, and he failed. And like, the reason he failed is because he became friends with Briala and he really liked her and was like, oh, we were wrong. They are people. And I'm gonna let her take control of her destiny or whatever. Again, it's been a while since I've read it, so I don't remember the exact like reasoning behind it, but like it wasn't so much he failed as he like was not vibing with Solas's plans anymore. And so when that starts to happen to Solas, it's like he would have to stop his plans. He would have to like admit that he killed Felison for something that was real. And like, yeah, you're real, and it means everyone could be real. It changes everything, but it can't. That's what Cole said in the dialogue. The banter with him and Solas. Where Solas is like, I have to fix the mistake I made. I have to bring back things to the way they were, but I cannot. And to do that, I cannot. I cannot think of you all as people, because this was an easy decision before it turned out you were all people, and like, it's anyway. And anyway, so that's like where Leliana is us is in Hushed Whispers. Sorry, I just got too excited. I should have prefaced spoiler warning for Masked Empire, and I don't know how much is revealed in Veilguard, again, because I haven't finished it, in terms of like how that friendship ended. That is that was my main, because Felison I love so much, and I like was so sad that he died at the end of Masked Empire, and then as I was like figuring out that Solas was the Dreadwolf, I was like, wait a second, this means Solas killed my other favorite character. What the fuck, man? Rude. But yeah, it's very it's all very interesting, and yeah. Anyways, I think there's lots to talk about in terms of like, what Cass discovered with the Tranquil, how Solas feels about us, and how that can affect our feelings about the Tranquil. In Hushed Whispers being the mini version of what Solas wants to do, and like, I think, it's just. It's wild. It's wild that In Hushed Whispers isn't a quest that you have to do, because it foreshadows so much. I haven't read any of the books. Yeah, they're worth a read. If you enjoy reading, they're worth a read, I think. My opinions are, okay, let's see if I can remember I haven't read all of them. I think the most recent one I have not read, but I read The Stolen Throne and The Calling, which are both by David Gator. And Stolen Throne is pretty good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, you get some good insight into Loghain. You get to meet King Merrick. That's always fun. It's a good time, but it almost feels more like Slice of Life isn't quite right. Like, it doesn't have as big of an overarching plot, because it's about Ferelden taking back, like the rebels of Ferelden taking back the kingdom from Orlais. So it's like post Orlesian invasion, or the Empire of Orlais having taken over Ferelden, and it's about the taking back of that. So it has a bunch of time jumps where it's like pictures of like important moments throughout the war, basically. There's that, and like Loghain and King Merrick's friendship and stuff like that. Merrick being the father of King Kaelin and Alistair. you've read all of the Game of Thrones books and all the Expanse books. You do like to read. Great news. Hey, listen, I don't want to judge people or anything. So if like some people reading just doesn't do it for them, and that's fair. But if it does it for you, I do think these are worth a read. The Calling is, I think, interesting if you enjoyed Awakening and that stuff. I haven't read either of those two more than once. I thought they were worth a read, but I'm not like itching to reread them. That's like my review of them, but maybe I will. Maybe I should give the whole series a reread once I finish Veilguard. And then after that is Asunder, which I think is the best of the David Gator written Dragon Age books. It is post Dragon Age 2, pre Dragon Age Inquisition. It's kind of about the events that like kick off the Mage Rebellion. It's about, I guess, like the events immediately leading up to the Mage Rebellion. So like obviously the end of Dragon Age 2 like kicked off a lot of turmoil, which resulted in the Mage Rebellion. So this is kind of like the shit that happened between that and the Mage Rebellion actually starting. And it follows Wynn as a character in it. Shale shows up in it. You get to meet Wynn's son that she talks about in Origins. Yeah, so it's got like a fun cast of characters, but the main thing it has going for it is Cole, and his storyline is so good. He was by far the most interesting character. His whole predicament, I mean, it's like you're going in knowing the end and the reveal because you do not know that Cole is a spirit when you read it for the first time. But it is... all the Cole stuff in Asunder is so good and made me incredibly excited when I heard he was going to be in Inquisition. Yeah, he has one of the most compelling character setups. He's very creepy. He's so scary in it. He's like his like early scenes are like the Mage Rebellion, the Templars broke their vows too, as the guy in Redcliffe says. Yeah, you tell him, guy in Redcliffe. Just Cole's character setup is very, very cool, and then it like follows a very interesting arc. And like very interestingly enough, despite the fact that Cole is like creepy and scary when you first meet him, I do think Gator does a good job of like you always kind of empathize with him and you want to know what's up with him and you worry for him right from the beginning, even before he like But even before he grows into the sweet boy he is, he was always the sweet boy he is. It's just, it's complicated. He's just used to be a scary, creepy variation who was in a bad state. But yeah, anyway, so that's great. Then the Redcliffe guy is also in a jail cell and in Hush Whispers. Oh man, did I miss that? I remember finding Connor in Hush Whispers. He was in his despair era. Yeah. Great way to put it now that we know he's a spirit. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So then next is Masked Empire, which is Trick Week's book. Trick Week's I just quite like as a writer. I think they have a very like easy to read style. I quite like their The Palace Job is a book they wrote that is really good. It's not Dragon Age related, but that's just a fun read if you want, or if you're looking for a fun read. They wrote it while writing Mass Effect 3, writing for Mass Effect 3 because they needed to write something a little more like light, fun hijinks. It was their comfort writing project during Mass Effect 3, which is so fair. You hate how the Dalish are portrayed, but everything else is great. I'm like, do not remember, and I do need to reread it. I feel like I vaguely recall feeling the same way. I just don't remember any specifics. But yeah, I feel like in terms of like, it's the best paced of those first 4 books, and it's just like well written, easy to read. You'll get it's basically about Empress Celine and Briala. So they're like minor characters in the Winter Palace quest. In Inquisition, but they're very, very interesting characters in Masked Empire, and their relationship is very interesting and super toxic, but I was here for the drama. It was good shit. It was good shit. Yeah, and Gaspard, and like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff. And Felison is a major character as well. So if you've been playing Veilguard and you've been, who's this Felison fella? He's great. Yeah, and then the last one that I have read is Last Flight, which is about the Fourth Blight? I always mix this up. It's about the last blight where Grey Wardens had griffins, and it's got like a frame narrative that's in modern times, that does like apply to some stuff that happens in Veilguard, but like mostly it's about the Fourth Blight, which, like, if you recall, is surprisingly relevant to Veilguard. Yeah. In that one was another one that was like really, I felt was like quite well written. I can't remember who wrote it. It was somebody outside of BioWare, I think, but like somebody who was a huge fan of BioWare, possibly more than I know, depending on how far I am. I fully believe that. Yeah, that's another one that I thought like, oh, I should reread it because I was not expecting it to come up as much as it did. But yeah. But being about the Fourth Blight, I don't know if you remember references to the Fourth Blight or pretty much any previous Blight that wasn't the Fifth Blight, which only took a year. The previous Blights took a long time to be resolved and are pretty grim. So it is a darker book. It is a grimmer book. It is like, it's quite sad, but it's well written, it's good, and it's got that juicy lore. And there were some good characters in it. There was a plaque or something referencing Crooky Tail, and I was like, whoa, that memory unlocked. Yeah, exactly the same. I yelped when I saw the Crooky Tail thing. It does seem like a blight would be a real slog, truly. But it's a well-written slog. No, it's good. I think it's probably the best written of the Dragon Age books I've read. I just like Masked Empire more because it was more fun, but like Last Flight is really, really good. But but I too had forgotten about Crooky Tail and gasped when I saw the plaque and was like, Crooky Tail, oh my god. And that was actually the first instance where I was like, I gotta reread it. I can't believe I forgot about Crooky Tail. Real downer though, yeah. Anyway, I have to stop talking. I love Dragon Age so much. Okay, I gotta go. But thank you all for watching. Let's do an outro real quick. I mentioned that that my VOD will take a bit to come out for this one. You are more sensitive to bad things happening to animals now, so you don't know. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the Griffins have it rough, as you might imagine. And also, yeah, I guess no spoilers, but yeah. Anyway, my VODs do release on YouTube, where I'm also QuiteContraryTV. You can find that here. I try to update everything and keep put in time code, stuff like that, so that for especially these longer streams, you can kind of jump around to the stuff you're interested in. If that is too long for you, if that's taking way too much time up, and you want something that's more succinct, edited, you're not looking to watch VODs on YouTube, I have great news. I have another YouTube channel called Polychrome with my friends, where we talk about nerdy stuff. We watch, we review things, we play video games. It's a good time. You should check us out, and if you like what you see there, and you like the people that you see there, they all have Twitch channels as well. Most of them are pretty casual streamers, so you should just give them a follow so that you can see when they go live. Some of them are on hiatus. Robodude, I think, is unevacuated, so maybe he'll be back to streaming regularly soon. He used to streaming regularly every other Sunday afternoon, every other Monday evening, and every other Friday afternoon. Then was on hiatus because of fires, forest fires that are just burning everywhere. But I think he's back now. My phone is telling me to go to bed. So I imagine he'll take some time to settle in and get back to work and all that stuff. But could you hear that? Did you hear it go boo, boo, boo in the background? I don't. It might have been too quiet for the mic. But anyway, Venomous Goat TV streams regularly on Sunday evenings as well. Everybody else is more casual or on hiatus, so just give them a follow to see when they will be live. As for me, I will also be on hiatus soon. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I might not stream next Thursday. That'll be close enough to the start of shooting that I may be just tits deep in prep. So this might be it for Thursday streams for a while, and I definitely won't be streaming at all in July. I think July is just too busy that if I have any spare moments, it's going to be going towards other stuff. So, or Outlast Trials. Ooh, we could do some Outlast Trials. We also, the update for Phasmo came out, so I should try and find a time to do that. I think I will stream this Monday morning. I have the day off, so I think I will have a last Monday morning stream, though I'll probably do pools for that, as I've been promising. You're too scared to play it by yourself. That is so fair. Yes, we should play Outlast Trials, and we should at least play it together, even if I don't stream it. But that's a good idea for a stream as well, if I want to do a one-off. And that's a casual... If I end up being too swamped on that Thursday, it's not like, I promised everybody a story game, and now you're not getting your good night stories. So, yes. Anyway, I'm entering Chaos schedule. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming. Robodude can come too if he settled. Exactly, yes. I will put out the invitation. Settled/not at work, because the reason he does every other week, for those who don't know, is that... he has like a week on work and then a week off work. So that's why he does every other week. So if the timing lines up in terms of settling in and work, then that would be fun. I know he was hankering to do some more. But yeah. So anyway, I think Chaos schedule has officially started. I'm not sure. I can't commit to any of next week's streams. And then my hiatus will officially start it'll officially start on the 7th of July. That will be the specific day that it starts. And then we'll continue until at least the first week of August. And then we'll be back to Chaos schedule, where I may or may not stream, depending on whether or not projects are happening then, stuff like that. So I will let you guys know. The way I will let you know is on my socials. I'm QuiteContraryTV everywhere on the internet, but if you prefer direct links instead of just looking up QuiteContraryTV, you can find me here. Oh God, why did I point in two different directions? Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'll try to keep you all posted on what's going on. Thank you so much for your patience during these more chaotic schedule times, and thank you so much for hanging out and watching me play my favorite game. One of my favorite games. I don't know. It's real high up there. I love it so much. But yeah. All right. Good night, everyone. Bye.